Peace and blessings. Thursday, September 5th. Welcome to the campaign trail. And I am Brother Cam, not the other Cam. And it is Campaign Trail, Thursday Night Live. A little late, but checking in for the nightly news and updates, current events. Tap, tap, tap. Make sure these notifications come in. If you can see me and hear me clearly, let me know. Like and share. Amari Toure, salute. Shout out to Candace Owens. Man, did you see today's little episode on Candace Owens? Man, that's something we definitely can talk about. She is definitely, you're talking about the Piers Morgan interview from yesterday. Yeah, I'm talking about what she said today. If you went on her channel today and seen how she went in on them people, boy. Man. Salute to Candace Owens. R.A. Music, Rob Music, peace, God. We here Thursday night, Thursday in, campaigning. Man, rest in peace. You already heard the news. Rich homie Quan, 34 years old. I'm not sure exactly. I'm hearing allegedly there was a OD situation or something like that. But regardless, condolences to his family, condolences to his loved ones, friends, supporters, fans. Absolutely a tragedy and a loss. So our prayers and well wishes go out to his family. Rich homie Quan. Yeah. The seeds have been planted by the one. Right. Salute, Leatherface 84. Salute. Yeah, we just here, man. Just gave, condolences on our behalf of the Digital Soapbox Network and myself. Condolences to family and friends of Rich Homie Quan, from the hip hop family, our hip hop rap family from Atlanta, Georgia, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, man, we here. It's Thursday Night Live. Checking current events, news, hot topics, relationships, everything but politics. Can't talk about politics and I can't talk about the war. But I can talk about people or allow other people to talk about it. I can't talk about it. I can't participate. But if you want to talk about it, especially like that Candace Owens business where she's exposing those people and highlighting the war. I don't know if y'all be on Twitter still, if y'all or X, what they call Elon Musk, bought it, but that's so non-censorship and the images and the videos that they've been showing of the whole Palestine-Israeli war and the bombing of Gaza, that's what ended. If y'all ain't students of history, that's what ended the war in Vietnam in the 70s. The Vietnam War is too many images started coming out hitting the media of the atrocities and the terrible, conditions, the terrible deletions that was going on. There was actually pictures and photos of it and some video, black and white video of it. And that caused such a moral and emotional outrage among the people that saw them images. That's what led to the war of the Vietnam War coming to an end, which America did not win. America has not won no war since then. So if you was on X and you seen what Candace Owens is talking about and what we all see if we go on X on Twitter now, that's what's leading to the total exposing of the Satans that say that they are news, but they are not news. So that's what is definitely the highlight of my day. That's the current event top news of my day, is looking at Candace Owens ripping them people to shreds. Just the gift of gab, whatever the so-called rabbi that's supposed to allegedly be Michael Jackson had around him, and then Michael Jackson accused him of what he accused him of, and then Robert Kennedy Jr. now coming out against Candace Owens' interview or debate, taken up for the so-called rabbi dude. Did y'all see this dude? This Shmuley, Rabbi Shmuley. Did y'all see and hear this dude? And then once you see that, and then you listen to the NOI's definition of devil and Satan, then it's gonna make a whole lot more sense. It's gonna make a whole lot more sense. Right. But yeah, so that's what I'm on. I wish I had a clip, I would play it. But I posted yesterday's clip of Candace Owens and that Pierce Morgan interview, a little clip of it on my Instagram, but I didn't post nothing on this because I don't want to do no copyrights or get no strikes or no violations on this channel. Ben Frank, salute. Donnie Williams, what up, Donnie? Yep, I see you. And I'm still taking comments about what y'all thought about me and brother Captain Tazariot. Salute to brother, and the information that was shared. I actually was on a call earlier, but just a few minutes ago. That's why I'm a little late. With a couple of with some brothers that I ain't gonna really mention because we setting up something that we're gonna come and share a whole lot of information from some real solid warriors and soldiers from our tribes. I'm not talking about the nation. I'm talking about the LA streets and so-called former street organization pioneers and family members from the pioneers. That's spiritual now. That's from the Hebrew Brotherhood and from like myself, the Muslim side and other sides. So coming together on common ground instead of necessarily trying to highlight where we disagree, we all saying our piece and sharing our information, understanding, interpretation, experience, and finding where we got commonality and common ground. Because if it's war, which it is, and we under attack, which we are, then the enemy, he's loving if we keeping ourselves divided based on doctrine or religion or ideology, because he didn't care nothing about that when they scooped us up from Africa. They weren't asking questions, are you Muslim, or are you Hebrew, or are you Christian, are you agnostic, or are you atheist? No, they just was looking at this. That's all they needed to see. Saying, so that's all we need to see. That's all we need to see as brothers and sisters in this. So that's what I'm trying to do. So me as a member and a representative of the NOI, we don't deny nobody that's from this same experience of descendants of slaves. But if somebody else, can't feel like they can't get with us because whatever reason, and we respect that. So we just continue to offer information and example and an olive branch and offer unity, and those who will be wise enough or mature enough to unite, they'll unite. Terrell V, a divided house will not stand. Absolutely. That's why we have two political parties. It keeps us in check. Do it. Do it. Do we got, we got one particular race that set up these alleged two political parties. So is there really two parties? Is it really in check? What's in check? We ain't got no reparations. We ain't got no justice from either party. So what's exactly in check about it? You know what I'm saying? This ain't that's why I don't do politics or pile of tricks. I don't do politics. That's a lose-lose. You come into it losing. And you can come into it losing and go out of it losing. Our solution is not in politics. But, you know, if you believe in it, have at it, enjoy, vote until your heart's content. We'll be over here doing what we've been doing. So if we don't want to address the real enemy, you know, we want to call it Democrat or Republican or conservative or liberal or left or right, then you are asleep. You are asleep. Or we just cowards. We either asleep or we cowards, because we know exactly who the real enemies are. If we don't want to call them out like Candace Owens is calling them out, then just stay out of it altogether. Candace Owens literally is saying that I worked for them. I was one of their top magicians. I was one of Pharaoh's top magicians. But when I saw the response, when I saw what they did after October 7th, that's a key date. Anybody that knows the NOI and knows the NOI holy days, you know what October 7th is. That was no coincidence that they did that on October 7th. And now that became the date. That's the litmus test to everything else at this point. So Candace Owens said that herself. After October 7th, based on what happened on October 7th, and that country's response, the inhumane crime against humanity type response, I would say the word, but like I said, this is not my page, but the mass deletion response. She said that caused her to pull all the way away from Zionist or Zionism and become an activist against it, to use her platform to expose the satanic hijacking or the satanic nature of it. And boy, is she doing an excellent job. Boy, is she doing an excellent job of highlighting and exposing one of the greatest enemies of our time. Enemies against humanity, enemies against the natural divine laws of freedom, justice, and equality for all human beings. And she doing an excellent job, and y'all need to really go subscribe to Candace Owens. I'm not saying any other thing that she's doing is accurate, because she's representing Catholicism, the Catholic Church, so she hasn't been mentioning that, but she says that all of the three major monotheistic faiths or religions, Christianity, Judaism, and Islamic faith or communities, have been hijacked by Satan. Where did we hear that before? What single man in our history, in our lifetime, have we heard that exact same diagnosis? That so-called newish people have absolutely hijacked, the three top religions of the world. Where did we hear that from? So, it's only a matter of time. They didn't already labeled her, according to her, the dude she was debating, Rabbi Shmuley. It looks totally like your image of Satan. You know what I'm saying? If you look at his face and look at his picture and just like, wow, do you know that you're that demonic, satanically looking ugly? Just does that look attractive? Does that look supposed to be attractive or angelic or righteous or chosen people of God looking? Is that your nature just tell you look pale and looking at dude's nose look like it's made of clay, look like vampire skin, vampire eyes, like the scruffy little like beard, like it just looks horrible. Dude looks horrible. And like I said, you can tell by a person's appearance in most cases. That's a reflection of their inner self. That's a reflection of their mind, their thoughts, their spirit. And of course, the eyes, like she said, the eyes is the windows of the soul. And you look at them, that dude's eyes. And if you've seen the debate, the dude shaking and all that and screaming and yelling, like he looked like a 3-year-old. He looked like a 3-year-old, that had to go sit in the corner, or a 3-year-old that didn't want to eat his vegetables in a high chair and just throwing a tantrum. Like, dude's supposed to be a religious teacher of God over other human beings, and you acting like this. Like, he looked like he was getting holy water through all on him. Looked like he was getting stuck with a wooden stake in the heart. He looked like he was getting garlic or something through on him. All those things, silver bullets, all the things that's supposed to deter or destroy vampires and werewolves and demons. It looked like he was getting hit with it all. He looked like he was responding to all of that by some little skinny, little meek young black girl, you know what I'm saying, who was tearing his ass up, had him screaming and yelling and just talking, over talking, and it was incredible. What a sight to see. What an incredible, entertaining sight to see for the world to see. The Muslim Nimrod, you want to hop on here with me? Because I'm in my blocking mode. So anybody that has anything critical, but they don't necessarily want to hop on the live, even though I'm saying I'm taking live and addressing comments. But if I saw you before and I saw you and I called you out before and you never got on, and if I see you now from now on and call you out and you don't get on, then I'm gonna block you eventually. I'm not saying you necessarily Nimrod, but just that name Nimrod already let me know that I might be blocking you. But the Muslim NOI think Islam is hijacked. Would have never thought. Why would you never thought that? Like, why would we think anything if we don't even know what the NOI teachings are? That's why I make myself available, just like the brother Tazariak or anybody else. How can you argue or dispute or accuse the Nation of Islam for anything if you do not know what the Nation of Islam teachings are? If you don't know what the teachings are and the beliefs are, the definitions, explanation, interpretation, then how can anybody dispute what they don't know? That's showing a proof of just pure, HATEN, pure envy, or just pure trolling, or just ignorance or whatever. So I get on inviting and challenging anybody. If you dispute, then please know what you're disputing. And then if you know what you're disputing, I double dog dare you, triple dog dare you to get on here with me. And let's go bar for bar. Let's go head up. Let's fade. Let's run a full fade for everybody to see. That's how confident I am. That's how confident I am that what I'm standing on is absolutely the truth, or absolutely more superior than anybody that's opposing it. That's what I call for. Black Power 7, peace to the gods. He said, taught, not thought. He said, would have never taught. Yeah. Henry Cedio. Yep, but I'm taking questions though. I'm taking questions, so I'm not, I can tell the spirit of the question. So if I don't mind you typing a question, but if it's like an op, if it's like an op question, then I might require you to show your face. But if it's just a question, just an honest, respectable question that you want to hear just an answer to, then you don't got to show your face. You can hit me with whatever question. Questions, answers. I just saw a documentary of Nuwaubi, I don't know what nation. It's whatever. If it was the NOI, I think it would be as big as the Million Man. I don't understand what you're saying. I like to talk behind ice cream trucks. Salute. What up? What up? Downtown LA. Okay. Taking questions, taking comments. Campaign trailing. September 5th, Thursday. Just checking in with y'all as I do daily, making myself available, going over the day's current events. We already did, over the kind of like the main top current events. But I'm into the controversy. I'm about controversy. Brent, I'm trying to see your picture. I don't know if you. I tried to join the NOI. I wrote my letter to Fard Muhammad, peace be upon him. But the brother asked me to write it again. I never did it again, so I just turned to the book and learned my duty. Well, I mean, it's a requirement. If the letter is what's required for you to receive your lessons officially, all of it is discipline based. So the letter to the Savior is just a exercise in submitting your handwriting. Whatever hand you write with is your strong and dominant hand, and it represents, your mind. You know what I'm saying? Like the Bible say, we got the mark of the beast in our forehead and in our hands. And I heard Brother Tazariak, that's where he got that from. He got that interpretation and that explanation from the Nation of Islam, from Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Minister Farrakhan, whether he knows that or not. But your hand do the actions of your mind or your thoughts. So copying the Savior's letter is really an exercise in focusing your mind on the leanings of how Elijah Muhammad wrote, because that letter is the Savior's letter is us copying Elijah Muhammad's handwriting, right? So since he's our example, he's the messenger of the Allah. So all of us have to copy the minister or messenger Elijah Muhammad's answers or ways, all the way down to the demonstration of handwriting. Because if you can make your handwriting look like his handwriting, then you can make your walks or your ways or your words be like his. So it's not that we're trying to be him, but if he's our example and he became successful, then we should do everything in the way that he did it as close as possible. Not, we're not him, you know what I'm saying? But if you understand what I mean, because if what he did got him exalted and chosen and raised to the grade level of God that he is now, because you said peace be upon Fard Muhammad, or people that say peace be upon Elijah Muhammad, they're not dead. They're not physically dead. So that's an article of faith and belief and prophecy that we can go into. If you believe in the Bible or the Quran, I can show you where the Bible and the Quran both say that he's not dead, or he was raised to life. He was made to appear as dead. The Messiah was made to appear as dead, but they killed him not, right? So that's all talking about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So you either believe that or you don't, but I'm just explaining it. My duty is not to make nobody believe nothing. My duty is not to make nobody agree with me on nothing. My duty is only to clearly deliver the message and show you how this fulfills this. And what you do with it after that is your business. Ricardo, what you think about Geno Jennings? I don't know much about from what I did hear. I heard him. I think I heard him either diss the minister or diss the nation before, and I seen he was wearing suit and bow ties for a minute and coming out the Bible or whatever. That's all I think I heard. But anybody that's critical of the nation or minister or its leaders or the doctrine, and you haven't produced nothing equal or superior, then holler at me when you do something equal or greater, and then I'll tell you what I think. Until then, I think that is not even worth commenting if you haven't produced what we produce. Street translations. It was a black Israelite neighborhood in the 1810 to 1811 called Israelite Hill, which means what? We never copied. Hop on the live with me. He said we never copied the NOI. Hop on the live with me, and I can prove it. I can prove it. We're not gonna prove it by typing. So street translations. Now this requires you to get on the live with me, just like Brother Tazariak did. So if you're not willing to do what Brother Tazariak, Captain Tazariak did, then you're not representing. This is not nothing that we can type in limited characters on no chat. You have to jump on the live with me, show your face or show your voice, and let the people witness it right now live. If you type in there live, then hop on the camera or the microphone, and let's go into it. Miss 702P, please speak on these babies. Like I showed it. Please speak on these babies and these. Right, because I can't repeat certain words. Nimrod, you got me afraid to comment? No, don't be afraid to comment. I want to actually have a conversation. Brent James, I believe he's on the wheel. Then we don't say peace be upon him. Peace be upon somebody means that they passed away or transitioned. American Negro News, salute. Get on street, Copper Queen K, salute. Sandor Davis, we're definitely witnessing how the Creator is directing and turning his people to truth, justice, and freedom. Absolutely. Right. I'm the first Westerner to rewrite the entire Quran right-handed. Took 2 years. Every Muslim should. Oh, okay. I would appreciate it. Like, what I'm saying, it's real limited. I'm not going to do y'all's comments justice. I can't represent y'all nowhere close to as good as you can represent yourself. So if y'all got, important comments or accomplishments like that, I would love for you to hop on the live with me and actually detail it. You know what I'm saying? Go into detail about it. P. Brown, wasn't you a gangster rapper? No, I've always been a Muslim rapper that just know how to speak gangster language. Now I can say peace be upon him while he lives too. You can say whatever you want, Brent. I'm just telling you that's not the correct. That's like saying rest in peace. Peace be upon him means rest in peace. I'm not sure if you're aware of that. When we say peace be upon somebody, that means basically rest in peace. P. Brown, you want to hop on here? Anybody that feel a certain kind of way about me, or you don't think that I'm in line or online or accurate with something, don't seem like it match. Here's your time. Let me put this link in here. Maybe I even put the link in here? Oh, let me put this link in here. I'm tripping. I'm calling for y'all to hop on the link, and I ain't on this link. Pause. You know what I'm saying, on this StreamYard. Oh yeah, shouts out Dame Dash. I seen him addressing 50 Cent's I guess clowning him because they say he broke. So shouts out to Dame Dash for responding and challenging 50 Cent in a CEO demonstration of ownership. So y'all can go to America New Network, America NU, the letter NU, America New Network. That's Dame Dash's network. And follow and see what he got going on and how he responded to 50 Cent. And I like the way that Dame did that. You know, a lot of us got personality, character flaws that, you know, we hard to get along with or whatever. But the business model or the track record, you know what I'm saying, of ownership and being a boss, you know, I respect Dame, and everybody got to respect Dame on that. Oh, and shout out to Dame for the Culture Vulture. You know, he got on with me with the Culture Vulture thing. Dissing Vlad. Dang.
What up, Cam?
What's up, James? What's on your mind?
I'm gonna make it real quick because I know you got other people want to get on, but I'm gonna say that. Remember that dude I told you about, the African American Maryland movement guy?
Yes.
Guess what? He was at Hunter Biden's trial today, and he was yelling at Hunter Biden. Why he would say, "Pay reparations. Tell your dad to pay reparations." He put it on his page. He was yelling at Hunter, say, "Pay," and Hunter looked right at him when he got in. It's on his page.
Okay. Can you put a link if you got a link to that page or to that episode? Put it in the chat so we can go to it.
No, if you guys go to look him up on YouTube, African American Maryland movement. He posted the video today. He yelling at Hunter, and then
So you do know. Listen to what I'm saying though. You do know you can make it easier. Like I'm just telling you, people ain't just gonna do that. So if you make it easier and you actually get the link, if it's a page, if he has a YouTube page, then he has a URL link to that specific little post. Just pull that down where it says share. Just hit share and bring it over here and put it in the chat.
Okay, I'm gonna try. I'm not that good with it, but I will try, brother. But thank you, brother.
Thank you, Jane. All right.
All right.
Henry Sadil, me and my brothers got our knowledge from RZA from the Wu-Tang Clan, 1998. When I learned who Clarence 13 was, we represented the West Coast Killer Bees. Yeah, I got some family, some loved ones that's from West Coast Killer Bees. So that's all my loved ones. Yeah. Is Jay Electronica the best NOO? I don't know. What you say, Anthony? Now I guess nobody want to talk to me. Shouts out to James that just I don't, man, y'all scared of me. Y'all scared. I be wanting company. I be wanting the people to see me have an actual conversation with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Especially if anybody, you know, kind of is questioning something. Or Aaron J, 1998, the greatest year ever. Peace, Cam. Salute, Aaron J. Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to get you on up out of here because you're full of it. Brent James, I know you linked up with Farrakhan. I hope he's doing good and in best of health and spirits. Well, he's doing what it's prophesied of him that he will be doing. You know, said he talked to the people in the cradle and when of old age. All right, so he is the proof and the fulfillment of the Messiah, of the modern provable children of Israel, 400-year slaves. So, you know, other people have interpretations like you know, that we're not the children of Israel that has a Moses and an Aaron that is to be fulfilled. And like I said, I respect their interpretation, but it's exactly that. It's only interpretation. So they have their interpretation. We have our interpretation. Christians have their interpretation. Orthodox Muslims have their interpretation. So-called Jewish people have their. So it's all interpretation, and we all are going to see. We all are going to see, right? That's why the Quran tell them, wait then. I too am of those who wait with you. We'll see. But if somebody pushing it real hard, and this is the challenge that we always down to do, and this is the challenge similar to how Elijah challenged or called out them Baal prophets or whatever. If anybody really want to go there heavily, and you believe in and I don't want to use this as like a negative brothers, blacks against blacks, like so. But if you really own it like that, we are always, well, me personally, I'm speaking for me, but I'm always down to issue that challenge that's mentioned in the Bible and the Quran. If you think that we're really the devils or we serving the wrong God, then I dare you and I challenge you, anybody, Hebrew, Israelite, Orthodox, Muslim, Jew, Jewish, whatever you are, gather your men and your women, and we gather our men and our women, and let us both pray for the curse of the real God to strike the one that's in the wrong. I'm always ready for that, because we can all talk this and talk that and say this was this and this is that. It's going to come to, if it's a God subject, let's pray for the curse. Let's pray for the wrath of the real God to come down on which one of us is in the wrong. I'm ready to do that right now with anybody. Y'all want to do that? And then we keep track. We keep a public track or public record of, of our daily conditions, or, what happens to us. Anybody willing to do that challenge with me? You believe, that our God is the fake God, and we leading and we influencing our people to the wrong God? Are we willing to do that challenge, that public challenge, public curse of God, invoke the wrath and the curse of God on which one of us is the wrong one, that's in the wrong, that's serving or teaching the wrong God? Anybody willing to do that with me publicly? I'm willing to do it every day, every moment, and willing to let you, monitor and see. I'm saying? I'm sure, we can pray specifically that the God lets it happen publicly. Let something, whatever the curse, to be, undeniable. Undeniable is a curse from him. Anybody willing to do that with me? I'm willing. I'm ready. Brent James, you mean to say let's invoke Allah's curse on your family, my family? No, on us, not your family. You can, I'm not, I'm talking about on the person. That don't even make no sense. I'm not saying that. I mean, but we can be specific. If we serve a specific God and we calling on that God specifically to demonstrate, which one of us, my family might not be signing up for this or signing up for that. Like, did that make sense? Right. A power play. I could have, but I don't want to set that type of tone, because he didn't really come at me like that. He didn't come at me as foul and wild or whatever as y'all in these comments be coming at me. So if I already demonstrated my respect, my spiritual brotherhood and offer of peace, and I told the brother I love him and you'll never be my op because of his spirit, but people that be coming at me with this other stuff in the comments, you can get this work right here. We can do this level of demonstration, but you still have to show your face, because we need to see who you are and identify who you are, and then we'll just wait and see. Wait and see what the spook mystery ghost God does to both of us, either of us. That's what I'm on. You know what I'm saying? Because certain things we just gonna have to wait and see, right? Certain things we just gonna have to wait and see. Because that's what the Quran say. I'm a Muslim. The Quran say, like, you got to be at that level. It got to be for real. It got to be for keeps. Because if I'm following and serving the wrong, if I didn't gave this many years or whatever, just me personally, to the wrong God, then what's the point of me living? I didn't misled so many people, you know what I'm saying? What's the point of me living? I need to get wiped out. I need to be took out of here because I didn't even see that the damage that I did for 30 something years, you know what I'm saying? I'm so blind, and I still don't believe that I'm in the wrong. So God, take me out. I'm too dumb. You know what I'm saying? That's my point of view. That's how I look at it. I'm too dumb, and I done did too much dirt in your name, or muddied the water too much. Take me out. That's what I'm willing to do. Is anybody else willing to do that against me? Let's do it publicly. Let's do it publicly. Black Symphony Beats, Elijah 2024, and call ye on the name of your God, right. And I will call on the name of the Lord, and the God that answereth by fire, let him be God. Exactly. That right there. That exactly right there. That's what I want to do. If you don't want to deal with us and you don't want to unite with us anyway, because you believe we worshiping the wrong God, and we making your job harder because we're bringing people to some Arab God that worship is a stone, worships whatever y'all say, then let's do that challenge. Let's do that challenge right there, and let the world see it. Let's do it publicly, because I've been doing this challenge already. You know what I'm saying? This is not new to me. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't public. But since now we got social media, I want to show y'all some public demo. Let's do it publicly. I've been doing this for 30 years. I've been doing this challenge for 30 years. So I want to do it publicly now so it can be, viral. Right? That's how much I believe in the God and the messenger and Messiah that I believe in. Anybody willing to do it? No, I didn't say power play. I didn't say, y'all, come on, man, get out y'all feelings. I said whoever. I'm just saying whoever. Whoever. This is not no personal whatever. But if I make myself available every day just on social media and make myself available for the last 34 years representing this, you can imagine all the arrows and all of the shots and all of the targets that I have been. So, that's defense. That's me being in defense mode. But now it's a season of offense. The defense didn't work. So now what happens when I start playing offense, or us, when we start playing offense? This is just an offensive play. Let's play this. Let's play my offense. This is my offense. Let's invoke the curse of Allah. Let's invoke death. Not, we trying to take each other out. No, not at all. Just whatever act of God, disease, freak accident, whatever, let God show us and prove to us that we called for this answer. We called for this proof publicly. And let's see which one of us it hit. Anybody willing to do that with me, against me? If you're not willing to do that, then you just a coward, or you just fake, a hypocrite, you're wasting time, whatever. Because that's what level I'm on when it comes down to it. I don't have to argue with you back and forth about nothing. Let's just do this public demo. It's God business, right? This is God business. It's not politics. It's not gang banging. It's not none of that. This is God business, and the God that we claim that we believe in so strong. The God of life and death, right? The God of public demos, right? The God that's the jealous God. I don't want nobody worshiping no other God but him. That let's do it in the name of that. If you're not willing to do that, then hush your mouth. And if you are, let's hurry up and do it. Don't waste no time. We don't need to set no date or nothing. We'll do it, post it up, leave it pinned on our pages, and just see what happens and follow and wait and see what happens. So, because that's what you got to be willing to take it there. If you're going to accuse somebody else of certain things in the name of God, you got to be willing to take it all the way. So we come into it taking it all the way. And then we learn how to not take it all the way. This is nothing. This is nothing. Henry Cam, I know some of the brothers didn't approve of Clarence X's approach on mentally resurrecting the mindset of the lost ones. How do you personally feel about his approach? I tell you, I don't know, Cedillo, I don't know if you Black or Latino, because I don't know the last name, but any man, you should not ask. If you're a man, you should never ask another man how he feels about nothing. Ask him what he thinks. Ask him what he thinks about this or that. Emotions are irrelevant. What do you personally think about his approach? I personally do not agree with his approach because the lessons specifically, or the nation's laws specifically, say for registered Muslims only. It's the discipline is part of the requirement. It's part of what's required of us, to write the letter, to go through the whole processing, to submit to the interpretation. You can't give it your interpretation if it's not your material. If it's not Clarence X, 13X, pardon me, he's the 13th brother Clarence in that mosque. If it's not your material, then you are not qualified to interpret it or distribute it or disseminate it or claim to be any part of the father of any part of it. So that's what I think about it. You know what I'm saying? What I think or feel about my people. I love my people. I love my 5%, my 5%er brothers and sisters from the 5% nation, or Allah's 5% nation, and y'all call him the father of what you believe in. I respect all that. I love y'all. But I'm not with that part. And I'm here go the link. here's the StreamYard link. Anybody want to holler at me about that? Dame Dash's network is called America NU network. He got a page on YouTube, but if you go straight to his website, it's America NU network. Yeah. Right. So that's all. I'm just here to show and prove. That's all we can do. Show and prove. So you talking about Yakub, some big head scientist? How can you prove that? The scriptures don't say that. Okay, I can tell you what I can prove. I can prove that same challenge that Elijah did against them Baal prophets. You ready to prove that? If I can't prove nothing, if I can't convince you of nothing, even though that I'm not trying to convince you, but if it gets that serious, because I'm like, okay, cool. If what you're doing is improving your life and improving your health and the condition of the Black community, I don't have no problem with it. But if you're attacking and accusing and slandering us to do it, then we're going to have to run that Elijah challenge. We're going to have to run that whose God is really God, invoke death or invoke the curse of God challenge. Because we don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? To be successful. But if you feel like you have to do that to us to be successful, we need to run that curse challenge. Don't that make sense? If this is God business, this God business, that's the only way to prove it, right? Gerald Jackson, yeah, I was talking about that earlier. Yeah, she ate him alive. Ate that vampire alive. Lionel Getz. Hey, I'm just saying. That's one thing I can be bold in, and it don't mean that I'm righteous. That's the beauty. You know, a believer in whatever we believe in, that type of challenge doesn't require us to have to be righteous or holy, because we just bragging on the God and on the body of knowledge or the revelation that we claim is from God. So either your interpretation, your revelation, or what the Spirit told you, whatever spirit that is that you say is the Spirit of God, and whatever spirit I say is the Spirit of God, or whatever, or God in person that taught us, let's put them to the test. Showdown, public showdown. Let's put them to the test. And use us as the sacrificial believers to do it. I'm willing to be the first sacrifice on that altar of what I believe. Are y'all willing to do it with me? This won't be the first one, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, not that it matters, but we can start recording from here. We can start recording from here. Miss 702, Dame Dash is very respectful of women, and he always speaking highly of putting women in positions around him. Shout out Dame Dash. Salute Dame, for sure. Cliff Chansey, a nation can rise no higher than its women, than the condition of its women, right? Where there are no decent women, there are no decent men, because the woman is the mother of civilization. All human beings have to come through the woman. As you say, Daryl, I ain't gonna repeat that, but I just posted that up. Monique, salute. Oh man, how did that go? Jesus said, ask a baby that he's a that's in poor rate. Yeah. Strictly Funk. Cam, do you know the rapper BG Knockout? He Muslim. Any stories? Yeah, I know BG Knockout. Yeah. He don't believe that the NOI Muslims are real Muslims. We had a you know, I challenged him and he declined. So I challenged him and he declined. It's on YouTube on my page, on my West Coast KAM page. Prior to that, I had a discussion with Napoleon from the Outlaw, Mutar Bill. Salute Mutar Bill. You know, he's a Sunni Muslim, and I think he live in Saudi Arabia now. You know, he go heavy on that. And I think BG Knockout and people like that was coming after him and following his path of going to that Islam from rap to that. But you can go check out, you know, on my YouTube page, on my West Coast KAM YouTube page, the discussion, so-called discussion, debate between me and Mutar, or me and Napoleon, formerly Napoleon of the Outlaws, and tell me what you think about that. We were supposed to do a part 2, like me and brother Captain Tazariak, but he never came back for a part 2. He said his people said he shouldn't do a part 2 or whatever. So it's just me. Anybody that is not willing to establish and continue a dialogue or whatever, then I'll let y'all determine what that means. I'm always calling for dialogue so the public can hear it. And the Quran even calls for it. Argue in the best manner. Especially if we both claiming that the other one is misrepresenting. You know, Even though we don't never say that they're not real Muslims, they always say we not real Muslims, or they say y'all following the wrong guy. Like everybody is hitting us with the shots, and we've been on defense mode for 90-something years, but now it's offense mode. So it is what it is. Jones, thank you. I got the cash app. Thank you, Jones. Appreciate you. So yeah, we in offense mode now. Defense is cool, but it's offense time. So people is going to be offended, off-ended. Shot by lock. Let's do it. Get on the live with me right now. Shot by lock. Said, I'll accept your challenge. Hop on the live with me. Here go the link. Let's get your face, name, rank, serial number, so we can keep track on you and keep track on me. Let's do it. There's the link. Digital Soapbox Network, StreamYard.com. Shot by lock. Hit the link right quick. Let's let the people see us set it up. Outward, inward. Oh man, you got it. You know, another day that the Lord has made. Right, Ben Frank. Issa debated with the scholars. Dang, where'd it go? Oh. Baby E, okay, for sure, Baby E, man, I appreciate you. Baby E, thank you for the Cash App. And you know, I definitely want to highlight you because Cash App, they can't see it, but I definitely want to give you your shout out and your thanks and honors for that, for the support. It's priceless to me, Baby E. That's priceless. And not saying that nobody that don't do it is not priceless. Just being here and us interacting and sharing ideas and sharing information is the best pay. But I definitely thank you and appreciate you for that, bro. Henry Cedillo, the brother you had from New York on yesterday, good brother. I saw him after your show. He was on Sonetta TV. Was that something the mighty Hebrew or something like that? Is that what the one you're talking about? The one that's living in Africa or living in Egypt, or because I be having so many people I don't remember. Yeah. Salute to that, brother. Salute to everybody. If you got, like I said, if you got the heart to get on with me, you know, that already takes some testosterone. That already takes some testicles to do. Especially if you're not necessarily agreeing with me, because, you know, that's what we're here for, to you know, lay out different ideas, different proofs, different interpretations, different challenges. I'm still waiting for who was that said they'd accept that challenge? Shot by lock. Where you at? Shot by lock. Where you at? I'm gonna block you if you don't get on here. No disrespect. This is not like, you know, angrily, but this is a serious challenge that the people need to see. So I sent the link. You said you accept, and I don't see no. When you hit the link, it's going to immediately bring you here. So there's no reason for no delay. So if you don't hit it, I'm blocking you. And I'll make somebody a mod. Who want to be a mod? Anybody want to be a moderator? You know what I'm saying? I'll send you a little mod wrench and you can get rid of whoever you think is wasting our time around here. Because they disrespecting your time. You know, they ain't really disrespecting my time. Right. But I want some demos though. I want some challenges. Just show up though. I don't want these. I don't want stenographer, female secretary challenges. I want man to man, voice to voice, eye to eye, where the people can see us. There's no need to really type nothing to me if you really want to accept a challenge. If you see I'm constantly putting this link up, this StreamYard link, surprise me. Don't even tell me what you getting on the live to accept. Just hop on and accept. You don't need to type it. Get on here with me and just let's do it. And then it's going to be recorded here. This is video. It's recorded forever, right? Or until, they hit you with an EMP or another cyber attack or something. But the challenge will be recorded. Don't that make sense? That's the second time shot by lock. I'm finna block you. Don't tell me I accept the challenge if you're not following the instructions that I just did. So you got one more time. That's strike two. Strike two. Where you go? Strike two. That's the second time you type that. And this is the second or third time that I'm telling you what to do to accept it. Now, if you don't do it, just the fact that you on, let me know that you on. So if I don't see you on this live in 3 minutes, then you capping and you blocked. How about that? 3 minutes. Dave, Cam, these times got me upset, really, brother. Have you heard how they are taking apartments from our people in Colorado? These are people from another country beating. I mean, well, that somebody invited them in. If that's true, somebody brought them in. They didn't bring themselves. So that's letting you know who the real enemy is. You know what I'm saying? Somebody brought them in. Pure 11, I think we need unity of the black tribes. Yeah, we all know that, but we don't, it's time for separation at the same time. It's time for division and separation. So I only want unity with those who want to be unified on common righteous ground. So if we can't agree on truth, then I don't want that. I don't want to be unified with you. I don't care who you are. So let me find this dude and block him. Bye, shot by lock. You're blocked. Matthew Williams, we keep bringing each other down, though. Well, that's people that can be brought down. You're only going to bring down people that can be brought down, right? If God is really with you, you can't be brought down. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to see. It's the difference between politic business or street business or gangbang business and God business. If you really repping God business, you can't be brought down. It's impossible. You can't be brought down. So I'm not worried about nobody tearing each other down. Ain't nobody tearing me down. And nobody got the power to tear us down unless we not with God. I don't care about nobody saying this or not uniting with this. Okay, people didn't unite with Noah. That he built a big ass ark that was meant to hold big ass amount of people, but the people did not choose to get on the ark. That don't mean the ark was wrong. That don't mean that Noah was wrong. Which ones missed out? Which ones lost out? Was it Noah or was it the people? He had a big, baller pad. He had a big yacht. It was supposed to be a tight quarters survival vessel, but it turned out to, man, kick y'all feet up, man. We the only ones on here. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I bet you that ark gonna get used. I bet you somebody gonna benefit from the ark. It don't got to be the masses. If you happy without the ark is happy without you. So we just have to see. We have to see, what is this really art? That's why I'm calling for the fades. I'm calling for those challenges. I'm calling for the showdown. Whose God is God? If your God is the real God and mine is the fake pagan, whatever God, then curse me. Have your God to curse me, and I have my God to curse you in the public, for the public to see. And then we'll just wait and see what happens to each one of us as the days go by. If you ain't ready to do that, hush your mouth. So ultimately, that's where I'm always ready to take it. But you don't supposed to start off with that energy. You're supposed to start off with olive branch energy and unity energy. But if you just see that, they ain't trying to be that and they still on some anti this and anti, okay, well, it's still pleasant. We can still pleasantly run this challenge. It don't mean like I hate you, and I don't have no feelings like that for my people in my heart. If you have that for us or whatever, let's just pleasantly say, in the name of our God, man, I respect you, bro. One of us ain't gonna be here for long. You know what I'm saying? Man, we'll hug it up and bring it on in. But I love you, but we calling for a challenge that's bigger than both of us. So let's do it. You believe in your God, I believe in my God. Hey man, it's something that gotta be done. This is just something that has to be done. This is how we show whose God is really God. It don't mean we bitter and angry or whatever at each other. That's all. I don't know no better way to do it. No better way to prove it. I'm following my book. That's the way my book and the Bible, that's my book. The Bible is my book, even though it's been tampered with and been poisoned. But the Bible is still my book. So I find those type of principles and examples to use today. You know what I'm saying? So the Christians or the Hebrews or whoever that understands that will understand that's something that is allowable. We can do that. We can run that kind of fade according to our faith and faith tradition and belief. So, Pure 11, do we all need to be on the same page religiously to unite? Apparently so. We in the nation is not requiring that. Do you know what I'm saying? It's other people that stand away from us. It's not us saying that you can't be with us. That's not the NOI. We saying everybody, we want to unite with everybody. They don't want to unite with us. Keep it in the proper context. You have to ask them that. You know what I'm saying? Don't ask that to us. You know why? We're not turning down nobody. This is universal truth. This is universal message. This is not a black message. Only black people can be Muslims and only black people can be saved. And we don't say that. You know why I don't say that? Right. Lamanuel, hey, take me up on the fade. It might happen quick, might happen slow. We don't know. But this is exciting. It'll be having, it'll be giving us a reason to check in, you know what I'm saying, every day. Pure 11, I don't require it either. You're my brother and I'm united with you. I mean, on truth. I'm not united with nobody just because they black. That's what Candace Owens, she takes the book out of our principles. Yeah, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt if you black. I'll forgive you and turn the other cheeks and forgive you 70 times, 7 times if I know you black and you've been through the same slavery experience that I've been through. But I'm not gonna ride with you just because you black. You know how people used to say, man, I'll ride with you right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? I don't ride with you right or wrong. I only ride with you right. I'm not gonna vote just because you black. Anyway, I ain't even into voting, but that's just an example of, the worst enemies is from your own people. All of the strongest generals and kings and warlords and rulers and whatever, it was their own people that took them out. It wasn't some identifiable other race stranger. It was your own people. I'm not going to ride with you just because you're my own race or my own people. No, that's what Jesus said. Jesus, your brother and your mother is out here. They want to talk to you. My brother and my own mama, Mary and James or whoever the brother was. And Jesus was like, My mama and brother's in here with me. What do you mean? That ain't my mom and my brother if they ain't into the same thing into the same work I'm into. That's not my mom and my brother no more. But it's in your book. But, I guess we pick and choose what we want to understand about it. No, I don't want to be united with everybody. I want to be united on the basis of provable truth, provable, common, universal truth. Yeah. It's principles. It's principles. It's principality, Smokey. You know what I'm saying? Principles to this. And that's why I was listening to me and brother Tazariak was talking, and I was like, so say it again, let the people hear. So you saying that God never would use a white person as a messenger? And then he was like, no. I was like, no, say it louder. You're saying God will never use a white person as a messenger? No. Okay. You get in a car accident, right? You're on the freeway, or God forbid, or you get shot or whatever, and only one show up as a paramedic, as an ambulance, is some white people. A white paramedic driver, a white fireman, or whatever, white EMT or whatever they call them. And they're not qualified to save your life, right? Nobody else around but a white person. You're not accepting that treatment, right? Because they white. Right? That's not the God. That's not the Most High using a white person to save your life. Huh? That's not the definition of save. Like, so you can't give them no credit because God used them to save your little girl or your little daughter or something when nobody else was around. Right? Gotcha. But you just let it, you let them speak their piece, and all right, well, I guess God don't use white people for no good. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe that. So, Ben Frank, damn, where you go? You fell off. Ben Frank. So, yeah. So it's not about, for me, it's not about not competing, but arguing back and forth with somebody that doesn't agree or believe what you believe. It's about allowing the people to choose. Just lay your case out. I'll lay my case out. Lay my principles, my concepts out. They lay their principles and their concepts out, and you choose which ones make the most sense to you. You choose the one that seems like it's more sound and sane to you. Ben Frank.
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to get this to work right. Hold on 1 second. Peace and blessings on you, though.
Peace and blessings to you. Matthew Williams, if people could have more constructive conversations like this, it would make things better. 360, no doubt. Brent James, that is an illuminated book of eminence. Been studying for 11 years, 4 years intimately studying, really grasping it, full of mercy and guidance. Everyone should have a Quran. I agree. Power play for real. I don't believe only one race can be saved, and the Bible doesn't teach that, Cam. Although Captain Tazariak, I believe, and I differ with him of some points, but I don't hope harm for him. I'm not into that. Yeah. So I mean, I don't hope for harm for none of my brothers. Yeah. And that's why, like I said, he from that's my only interaction with him, and that was a peaceful, pleasant, respectful, enlightening, educating, inspirational interaction. I didn't get no bad vibes from brother Captain Tazaria. I didn't get no vibes. I got love. I sensed the love for his people, a zealous love, like, you know what I'm saying. He reminded me of Khalid. He reminded me of brother Khalid. May Allah be pleased. he was so for his people that he didn't really have too much tolerance or for the for others. You know what I'm saying? And that can be detrimental. Ben Frank.
I think I finally got it to work. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I heard you the first time. You probably just couldn't hear me.
Oh, okay. Respect, blessings, and everything else, brother.
Man, blessings.
Yeah, brother. I'm just sitting here just absorbing, all the knowledge that you are putting out into the ether, man. Hold on, let me turn this off real quick. There we go. My other phone been tripping out. I don't know why. All right, turn it off. Yeah, but yeah, I've been following you since the Cube days, man. So, it's definitely a high respects to you, man, and it's like a dream come true just even talking to you right now, bro. So, and I'll say that in all, on some real stuff, man. Around the '90s, early '90s, there was a lot going on.
Right.
A lot of these people don't know how serious it was. And I'm in Detroit, so
Yeah, D-Town.
it was different, man. It's way
Yeah.
different than it is now. But I stay not too far from where it all started, and where the messenger put it down,
Right.
and the master, so
Right.
I'm around a lot of good brothers that breathed on me,
Yeah.
early when I wasn't receptible and later. So had to get a reminder,
Absolutely. What is anything that stood out to you if you got a chance to check out me and Brother Captain on Tazariak or anything I said since then or before then that you want to speak on?
Yes, it was a great build, man. I think the brothers get sometimes get disillusioned or caught up in the names and titles, you know what I'm saying? And they forget what really the movement is about and what uh, spirituality is really, Like you were talking about, even with the unifying, man, we got to be in the right mind to even function correctly as one. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, the brother Rasul, man, I used to listen to the brother Rasul, and he broke a lot of Jews down to me, probably more Jews than any other brother. Well, I put him up there with there's other brothers too. Definitely the brother Rasul, man.
Yes, sir.
Respect to that brother, man. He did a lot out here in Detroit, so and he helped a lot of brothers, But
yeah. What's your thoughts of well, if you from Detroit, you know just as good as I do. I'm trying to think of something to ask you so the people can hear.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The concept of us worshiping different gods, like he said that even though I broke it all the way down and explained that the original man is who we identify as God, and then he said that it's the original black man who he identifies as God, but then he still said we divide. He still said we talking about two different black men. Right?
Yeah. Well, go ahead, brother.
No, I was about to say, what's your thoughts about that when you heard that part?
Are we talking about Father Allah and the messenger? Well, who we talking about specifically against?
Oh, no. He was talking about the God of Israel, the Hebrew God.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I was, because our brothers call themselves Hebrews or Israelites, and that's the so-called religion or the way of life, but that is not where it started. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm saying that it started with Allah himself, or whoever you say God is, which is a man, which is the first man of this form, whatever his nature and his way of life was, that is the religion. That's before Abraham, Adam, Noah, Moses, and all of that. So why would we start at Ishmael, or why would we start at Hebrew. I mean, whatever the God of, we say if it's Moses.
Moses.
Why would we start with Moses when we can start with God?
Wait, who taught? Right. And I got what you're saying, Cam. I mean, you look at who taught Moses.
Right,
God. And
God.
then who taught the man that taught Moses, and who taught that man that taught that man. You know, it go all the way to the beginning, like you said. You know, to the source itself.
Right.
And you know, it's all time period, pretty much, man. I mean, the brothers get. It's the titles throws everything off, because if you take out the Hebrew, we know we're the Hebrew,
right?
But that was a moment in time,
right? That was the moment of being enslaved by the Egyptians. So that's how we can even identify ourselves today to claim that we're the Hebrews. Is only way you can do it is by lining yourself up with the 400-year slavery that we just went through in America.
Yes, sir.
Right. So we already know the Black nation is the original nation of the planet. So we're the original people, but out of all the different tribes of original people, you trying to identify these Hebrews or these children of Israel because of that incident right there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, you just guessing and lying and just imagining, because you don't have no proof to stand on. So that 400-year slavery is the only way they can identify themselves.
Exactly. And it's in that time period, things happen, you know, Moses or whoever they want to go to in the biblical text or whatever text, ancient text. But now we have the time of now. And then even going into the names, you know, Elijah. That it's biblical, it's Hebrew.
Right.
And I mean, it's a reason for all that. You know, it's a continuation of the same struggle, like you be saying, brother. You know what I'm saying? So it's like forever, until oppression is completely destroyed or you know, disseminated or taken it to its lowest quadrant. I mean, we're gonna steadily be fighting this struggle until the oppressed, you know, are triumphant. You know, so I mean, and that's what Jesus was for the oppressed. If you want to go to the biblical text, Moses was for the oppressed. You go to any of the prophets, they was for the oppressed.
Right.
They were not for the rich. They were not for anybody that was abusing rights. You know, and we, you know, it's stories even within the name. So, you know, a lot of brothers, they study only certain parts. They don't study, like most of these brothers they can't speak fluent Hebrew. And I'm not talking junk about them, but I would implore them to do so. I was always taught to learn Spanish, to learn Arabic, to speak to the people, to our people. Right. You know, to learn African languages, Swahili, to learn, you know, all the languages, man, that so we can walk this earth and communicate like we communicating right now. So they need, and it'll help a lot of those brothers to understand even the root words that they speaking on, you know.
Right. To me, the overall goal or proof of it all is who has and who can unite the formerly enslaved, mentally dead, chosen people of North America. I don't care what scriptures you know, what names you know, what language you know how to speak. If it didn't give you the power to be able to do what Elijah Muhammad did with us, how is it any of any value or any better? You know what I'm saying? Why do I need to do that if I don't see that all what you claim you have, which is better, did not allow you to do a better or a greater work or even an equal work?
Right.
What are we talking about? What are we even talking about? It's just like, you know, you want to be a billionaire or a millionaire. Why do I need to listen to you? You're going to give me all these histories about $1 million and having $1 million and all of that. Okay, do you have $1 million? Like, have you made $1 million? What are you talking to me about? You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
when
sir.
I'm a part of the millionaire dollar nation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
You're telling me my $1 million path is wrong.
It's got to translate into something, an action, or it's got to materialize. It has to manifest. If they don't have anything manifested to show and prove, then it's meaningless or it's unbeneficial. Put it that way.
Yeah, or if what you have is not nowhere close to what we have accomplished.
Oh no, not
I'm not saying that nobody has no accomplishments, but if you're saying, well, we just got started, okay, well, why did you just get started? Why you didn't get started back in 1930 like this got started back in 1930?
Exactly. And the messenger had a clear message to the so-called black men. So his is specific. Who else do we see that is specific? You know, and that's what we have to look at. You know, we go to Muhammad is specific to the Arabics, and I love my Arabic people, but you know that was specific for them at that time when they were dealing with some stuff. Same with Moses, he's dealing with his own people.
Right. So they was brought Hebrew. They was brought their message in Hebrew. Muhammad and his people was brought their message in Arabic. Abraham and it was brought their message in Aramaic. We have to be brought our message in our language. Ninja English Ebonics. So it ain't no require me to learn Hebrew. It ain't no require me to learn Arabic. No, our messenger is going to be brought. It's going to bring our message the same way the messengers before us was brought theirs in their specific language. So who is the messenger that brought ours in our specific broken English language, other than the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who only went to the third or completed the third grade of school and speak the same ex-slave broken English, effed up, stuttering speech impediment language that we speak. That's our messenger.
Right. And it was a clear message. And if somebody, like you said, you put the challenge out there, somebody could show something that could counter at the smallest inkling.
Yeah. And he with that broken little ex-slave ninja English that he spoke, that everybody clowned him on. He raised a whole nation that nobody can raise with all their eloquent speech and they scientific this and they metaphysical that and they research that. Weren't able to do nothing close to what he did. So obviously, whoever taught him and whatever he brought was superior.
Yep. Yes, sir. Yep. Right. Yeah, I mean, I think brothers need to dig more into the books. That's all. You know, it's certain things, brothers. It should be mandatory for brothers that have that mentality that want to live a righteous life. They should read, and then try to live that. You know, try to if you're and it's anything like you were saying earlier, anything that's on a positive route, but they definitely need to listen and learn, and also dig into the studies of these books, man. Definitely.
I mean, that's cool, but dig into the studies of the provable track record of the people that have reformed the ex-slave, the lost sheep. Like what does a book gonna tell you more than the actual? You're talking to a book right here. You're talking to an actual reformed ex-lost sheep, slave, mentally dead, hard-head nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna get into the actual literature too. You know, we all know Eat to Live, but you know, the brother also wrote about the everybody want to talk about the Masons and stuff. He was one of the first ones to put a lot of that knowledge out there.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And then you got all these other books that you can read from the honorable Elijah Muhammad. So I mean, it's a plethora of books.
Right.
And then also the other conscious brothers that come from that movement, you know.
Right. You know, but you know, we know that, but once the enemy erases and omits history, start trying to rewrite history and write the real leader out of the history books, then it got to be his soldiers have to come behind and go to war to fight to you know, restore his place in history, right? And then people actually arguing as though they never heard these teachings. Like they're arguing like Christopher Columbus, like they discovered these concepts. No, these concepts was already built before. America was here, little Christopher Columbus, before you got here. It was a whole nation of people already here doing this. And then you say, no, I discovered this. Like, oh, okay. All right, little Columbus.
Exactly. Exactly. And that those type of narratives will continue if we accept them and we refuse to dig for the truth. Like some brothers, they don't want to dig for the truth. They just are complacent in where they're at. It's a constant build on self every day. You should be trying to get some type of physical, mental and spiritual growth every day. If not, you're going backwards.
Right.
I mean, I used to not read a lot of books, man. It took me to get knocked in the head to start really start reading, man. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes that's what a brother needs. You know what I'm saying? Had to sit down for me to had to read, man. So blessing in disguise.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you got any like online business or something that you're doing that we can support right now, or anything you want to mention?
I mean, if you're supporting Detroit, you're supporting me and my people, man. You know what I'm saying? Just support Detroit, whatever we got going on. We support definitely Cali.
Yes, sir. I'm talking about you personally, like you on here with me sharing your.
Oh yeah. I mean, I do a lot of stuff. Look me up, Ben Frank. 2 E's. But most people probably already know me. I'm in these YouTube streets, and I got love for everybody, brother, man. From the biggest to the smallest. I'm in between.
Yes, sir. Well, I'm gonna get somebody else on, Big Ben, and anytime you got something you want to say, man, like I said, you got VIP with me. Just hit the link, and I'll shut up and let you get yours on.
Oh man, I appreciate it, beloved. I really appreciate it, man. Salute.
Yes, sir. Salute. Peace. I know I missed a lot of those comments, not a lot of big comments. But yeah, based on what you just heard, me and brother Ben Frank just speaking on and certain things that I just brought up, I want to hear what your thoughts are on that. Just about how we even identify who we are. Just certain concepts of what good is all of this research and what I'm saying, if we're not applying it to actually make our people better. If we disagree, let me put it in the right context. If we disagree with Elijah Muhammad, the teachings of Elijah Muhammad and Farrakhan and the nation and all of that, and we claim to be scholarly and have the proof of this and the proof and the research and the data and the doctrine of this and that, why haven't you been able to do with it what Elijah Muhammad was able to do with what he had, and Farrakhan was able, because Farrakhan rebuilt it in 1977. After 1975, when it looked like Elijah Muhammad was dead and the nation fell, and his biological son, destroyed the whole teachings and the whole structure of his father, Farrakhan rebuilt it from scratch, using the exact same information, exact same formula, which proves that this information must have been superior because he did it twice, because it happened twice. Elijah Muhammad did it on his own, and then it got destroyed, and then Farrakhan stood up and rebuilt it on his own with the same information to produce the greatest demonstrations in history, things that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad didn't even do while he was among us. What other information or doctrine or scholarship has been able to do that? I'm listening. What scholarship, what languages? I speak this many languages, and I'm a metaphysicist, and I'm a this, and I'm a that. Why hasn't that been able to unite us and raise us up as a nation like Elijah did for 40 years and then Farrakhan did for another 40 years? I'll wait. Mighty Hebrew, you saying I would like to explain the connection with the second resurrection of the NOI. Explain it as what? As a NOI Muslim? I mean, you always welcome Hebrew, but I'm not sure what you mean by that. You know what I'm saying? So here's the link. You got the floor. So if you available to hop on and let me know what you mean by that. Because you heard my position. I'm an NOI. I'm a FOI. So there's the link. Dion says, I'm about to check history of Islam in America. Right. Please do that. Please show and prove your findings of Islam in America. Yeah, salute Ben Frank. Salute. Absolutely. Wrench. Let me wrench you up. Yeah. Did I give you one? I'm trying to. Why didn't it ain't allow me to give you one? Put it in. Oh, I think I got to do it from my other. Damn, hold on. I got to do it from this. Hold on, American Negroes. I'm gonna get you. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Give me like 30 seconds. Hold on. There you go. Had to go to my YouTube page to do it. So you should be straight. American Negro News. You got that wrench now. Anything you see you don't like, tighten it up. You know what I'm saying? Snatch them transmissions out. Drop that engine. Cody Crow. Am I saying your name right? Cody? Is it Cody? Cody? Brother Cam, you should have our brother, the Mighty Hebrew, as a moderator. What do you think? Or Brother Ruben? Here's Brother Hebrew right here. Hold on a second. Mighty Hebrew, you there?
Shalom. Yes, I can hear you.
Shalom. You're not on visual, but we good if you want to just stay on the audio.
Yeah, because it's like 5:46 a.m. over here in Tanzania.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Damn, I forgot. Boy, yes sir. You got the floor. You got the floor.
Absolutely. First and foremost, I give all praise and honor to Yahweh, the supreme, intelligent, powerful one of our forefathers. Of them, Yitzchak and Yaakov, those striving for righteousness. I say into the family, Shalom Aleichem, Islam, Hotep, Mombo. Yeah, I wanted to give a brief synopsis real quick because you was asking a few very prevalent questions that many Israelites they may not have a universal understanding of the Israelite movement. Many people that watch social media, YouTube, when they deal with the Israelites, they deal with those that are known as One West camps. The original One West camp started in 1967 by the way of UPK, which is known as Universal Practical Knowledge. This is the camp that brothers such as Captain Tazariak and others come out of. Myself, I come from out of a different wave of Israelites that started in the area known as Israel Hill in Virginia in 1798 and trickling down into 1886 with Prophet Frank S. Cherry, William Straw in 1886. Then you got those like Rabbi Arnold Josiah Ford of 1913 and others. With many Hebrew Israelite community and even certain segments within the second resurrection of the Nation of Islam don't know is the interconnection with the African Hebrew Israelites that are stationed in Chicago in the Nation of Islam. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and my grandfather, Prince Asiel, had very close ties within the second resurrection of the Nation of Islam. Many of the original first bodyguards before the fruit of Islam was established, if you go to any of those that helped to start the second resurrection of the Nation of Islam, you'll see my grandfather.
When you say the first and second resurrection, what do you mean by that? Because you said the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was a part of the second resurrection.
No, I didn't say that. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad was the first.
Of the tongue, but you said that.
I did. Oh, I didn't mean that. I meant to say Farrakhan.
Okay.
I meant to say Farrakhan. Farrakhan established the second resurrection of the Nation of Islam. At the time, the bodyguards of the second resurrection of the Nation of Islam was a group known as the African Hebrew Israelites of Jerusalem from the southwest side of Chicago.
Right.
If you're familiar with Ben Ami and all them, if you look at the Million Family March, the Million Man March, if you notice, Farrakhan and Ben Ami was very close. Absolutely. Back in 1967, a group of Hebrew Israelites, roughly around 400 of them, left and established their own community in the area called Dimona. Now it's thousands of us over there. Right. Prince Asiel and the late Honorable Elijah Muhammad, they were even close friends. My grandfather just recently died in 2022. So
if you want to cut your wisdom, just pause for a second. You do realize that us in the Nation of Islam do not believe or consider the Honorable Elijah Muhammad as passed away, as physically dead, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just speaking to the common person.
Right. Okay. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I understand. I'm saying God can't die.
No, I'm saying no. I'm not saying he won't ever die. I'm just saying that according to the prophecies in Scripture and present communications, that he has not physically died yet.
Okay. So
I'm just letting you know that's just something to consider. Because it's not that I don't take it as disrespect, but I just be cognizant of when you speaking with or about the Nation of Islam or members, then make sure you say that they believe that he's still alive.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, you were saying something about building communities. Did anybody else do it besides Elijah Muhammad and things like that? There are Israelites that have done that, and they're not widely known, such as Prophet William S. Crawley. Like when you look at the blueprint,
I didn't say that they didn't do it. I said on the compare, on the level of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Minister Farrakhan. We talking about comparative.
Okay. Yeah, William S. Crawley, he's a major blueprint of that type of demonstration. Like in 1903, William S. Crawley had over 2 million members. If you go look it up now, you look at the
what?
They were known. Yeah, they were known as the Saints of Christ, the pillow ground of truth. He came roughly around 1896. He was from Virginia. I know he wasn't. He was from Maryland. He was an ex-slave.
Right.
And
all of his organization his followers was ex-slaves.
Yeah, they were all ex-slaves. He was born in 2
million ex-slaves was his followers.
Roughly from now to today, it would be up to 2 million. But when he came around, it was roughly around 300,000 of them. Roughly 300,000 of them. And he was born 1847, but he started ministering in 1896. And he taught that the black man was the true Israelites, the true Hebrews. And he had businesses all in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Skokill, Virginia. As a matter of fact, to this day, there's a town in Skokeville, Virginia, after William S. Crawley. The followers of Skokeville, Virginia have their own town, their own police force, their own firing company, businesses, houses, and they're there to.
Who did he teach was God and the devil?
I'm saying the very first, he did teach that God was black. Yes. He taught that God was black. But the very first Israelite we have on record to say that the white man was the quote unquote devil was Prophet Frank S. Cherry. He came roughly around 1886. He taught that the white man was the devil and that he was a descendant of a man by the name of Gezariah, the one that you read in the Book of Kings, whose skin color turned white through leprosy. These are the very first teachers that we have.
How did he, not to cut you off, how did he identify if this was 1886? How did he identify that we are the children of Israel?
He was going into the Bible. He used the Genesis chapter 15, verse 13. He didn't use the 400 years, but he used the Deuteronomy.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah. He used the Deuteronomy. He used the Deuteronomy 28, the curses of us coming on slave ships and things of that nature. He identified the very first Israelites we have on record that start talking about the 400 years is a man by the name of Rabbi Arnold Josiah Ford. He was the second in command, along being musical director of the UNIA movement under the most honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. He also created the B'nai Abraham congregation out of Harlem, New York. So he came roughly around 1913. And then he ordained a man by the name of Rabbi Wentworth A. Matthews, who started the Commandment Keepers, also known as the Ethiopian Hebrews. They came in 1919. Many of the members of Rabbi Arnold Josiah Ford, including Arnold Josiah Ford, moved to Ethiopia in 1934, and he died in 1936 in Ethiopia. To this day, the movement still goes on in Ethiopia, and you can consider him a forerunner of the Rastafarian movement.
Okay, man, thank you for that history lesson. And what I was trying to get back to and kind of focus on is if he identified us as the descendants of slaves, as the ones that the Deuteronomy verse where we was brought in ships and nobody would buy us or that's what you mean, that part, right?
Absolutely.
No man would no man would buy us.
Yeah, no man would. The proper translation should be no man shall save us. But in the King James Version, it says no man shall buy us or will buy us.
I heard Captain Tazariak say nobody shall redeem us. So that's three different things: save, buy, and redeem, right?
Yeah, redeem and save is the same thing. Because see, in ancient times, when one understands Torah Constitution, the ancient nations around us, you had what was known in Ivrit known as Ivab, a servant. So if you was in debt or something, you can sell yourself so you could pay off a debt, or maybe somebody else would sell you. So when they say,
that's what slavery.
Yes, absolutely. So when one says redeem, they mean save. So, but there are other prophets that came in our times, like Rabbi Lent and others that used.
How would we be saved? You know, if that was before slavery, or you know, who saved us from slavery?
I'm saying, are you talking about in modern day times? If you're talking about in modern day times,
we only talking about us fulfilling the children of Israel because of the slavery we went through. Who saved us from the slavery we went through?
That's a good question. It was a conglomerate of men that came in different dispensations of time within the 20th and 21st century that would build this resurrection, so to say. Elijah Muhammad was a part of that messianic anointment. Like I said, you had those such as, there were stages that came. So I'm going to give an identifiable factor. So we're going to start at Prophet Frank S. Cherry. So you get him in 1886. Then born and out of him, then you get let
me stop you on East, because you said prophet. So if you believe he's a prophet from the real God, did he identify exactly who the God was that he's the prophet of?
Absolutely.
Who
if you read any of, you got to remember at the time he was using English because when we first came into this knowledge or this rebirth of knowledge, he didn't know as much Hebrew as we know today. Like I speak fluent Hebrew.
Okay,
so,
let me stop you right there, because what I spoke on earlier, if you're familiar with the Quran or the Bible and just the concept in general of how God communicates to his chosen people, the reason why Hebrew, the Torah and all that was revealed to that specific people in the language of Hebrew. Abraham's, his message came in Aramaic. Muhammad's message came in Arabic, right? God does not send us messengers and a message in some other language. He's gonna send the messenger speaking our language, and not requiring us to learn some other language. So our messenger is, like you said, I can hear you saying, I can agree if you're saying that these pre prophets, you know what I'm saying, if they come speaking our language, God does not require us to learn another language. He's going to come speak in our language.
And they did. When you read the prophecy, it does speak about these men will come with stumbling lips, meaning that they will come with a language that we will understand. So naturally, these men spoke English, and they came to us speaking English.
Saying, was required, saying that they didn't speak Hebrew, so they didn't really know. They wasn't successful because they didn't know Hebrew.
No, I didn't say they weren't successful, Cam. What I'm saying is, I'm just giving you an evolution of the Hebrew Israelite nation and how it came about.
Identify, and prove whether they was false prophets or not. If the Bible say all those who came, that's what I'm saying. It's no disrespect, because it's still our people. Our people are still going to get credit for being our people, but they might have been incorrect. They might have had the, good intentions, but didn't have the divine supreme knowledge, wisdom, or understanding.
Are you familiar with these men I'm speaking about?
No, not at all.
Okay, so I'm just giving an evolution in the United States, how the Hebrew Israelite nation was resurrected. Okay. And yes, they came.
With all due respect, and I hear you, but the reason, just the very fact I've never heard of, right? But I have heard of Elijah Muhammad and Farrakhan is partly proving my point. I'm not saying they didn't exist, but if many people come in my name and they can't actually get the lights on, a lot of people saying I'm an electrician, but and then somebody comes and don't say that they're an electrician, but they get the light on, they get these people on, then the real electrician must have been the one that got the lights on, right?
I understand. I understand everything you're saying. I just want to give the people, it was an evolution of how this came about, how you get your Ben Amis, your Elijah Muhammads, your Denmark VCs. There were men before them that helped give birth to what we see today. We didn't just come in Ben Ami didn't just come in a vacuum. Elijah Muhammad just didn't come in a vacuum. The whole system that you see.
Elijah Muhammad absolutely did. He identifies who his teacher is solely.
I know. I don't want to make it a debate. Listen to what I'm saying to you, brother. I'm only calling you to answer the question because one of the things you said was who, did some of the things that you see Elijah Muhammad did. I'm saying one of them was
equal or greater.
Okay, I'm saying when you look at our community in Dimona, nobody has left the confines of America and built a community. Even Farrakhan been over there several times. The late Khalid Muhammad, Winnie Mandela, people all over the world. You can type this up right now. You could just type up the African Hebrew Israelites in Dimona, Israel, and it all come up.
It's approximately 3,000 of y'all, right?
No, it's really only it's 3,800 in Dimona, but we also have other satellites in Israel and all throughout Africa. So when you count us all together, you're talking about close to 1 million throughout the communities throughout Africa we have and throughout Israel. So we live in Tel Arad, Dimona, Tobias, Jericho. Right. We live in different areas. Dimona is just the central base.
Well, I mean, you brought that up. You brought Dimona up as the point of reference already, right?
Right, because that's the central base. It's called the Rock. In our kafar, or the Village of Peace, That's known as the Rock. So that's where we're centralized at in the sense of our capital. But when you look at our satellite,
they descendants of 400 years of slaves of America.
Yeah. Yes.
So
yes.
So you saying that there's millions over the planet, right?
I'm saying that just our Pacific community alone is over 1 million of us. But our one Pacific community.
So that what I'm getting at is, if we can identify millions of us here in America that follow and believe and have been members of the Nation of Islam since 1930, we're not even counting globally the global following.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the United States. I'm talking about the United States Israelites. We look at the 400-year prophecy. After the 400-year prophecy, we will return to the land. That's what you're seeing what Israelites are doing right now. This is why you have
3,800 that returned, right?
No, listen. They started off 400 of us leaving in 1967. We went to Liberia. We stayed there for 2.5 years. Then in 1969, we left and went to Dimona. We started to grow in numbers. So we started to spread throughout different parts of Israel. And then we started to make satellite communities in Africa. Israelites from the United States start leaving, going into areas like Ghana. We got communities in Ghana, Mali, Nigeria, Tanzania, where I'm at. I'm actually the head prince of the community here in Tanzania. So you got these different satellite communities all over Africa, but the people that live in these satellite communities are all former slaves. They descendants of former slaves. So it's this grassroots movement of Black people who are saying that they are the true Israelites that left from the confines of America and now live in these areas. So we're not just talking 3,500. The 3,500 you read, even though it's more, but they're just giving a census, so to say. You have Dimona, that's the central base. But out of that central base are satellite areas that we call jurisdictions. So you got jurisdictions in Atlanta, California.
Can I ask, is it God based? Is it based on God?
Absolutely.
So is the God causing the what's the word? Is it God causing those of our people that's in Dimona to overthrow or to conquer the satanic Netanyahus or whatever? Like, what? How is God backing up?
That's a good question.
You understand what I'm saying? Because
absolutely,
like
that's
here,
a good question.
The God that we identify is in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, and he has a mother wheel, and he has this and this, all these things, these fancy stories that we have in the nation. But for whatever reason, these Satans ain't been able to touch us, right?
Yeah, I definitely understand that, and I agree with that. And when you study books from Ben Ami, such as God, the Black Man, and Truth, and I'm pretty sure you heard of these books before. I mean, when you read these books, you clearly see who we're identifying God as. We're identifying us as God. You understand what I'm saying?
There's no one God and no one prophet or two prophets like Moses and Aaron.
No, we're not. The Hebrew Israelites, when one understands Hebrew paradigm, we're not monotheistic, we're henotheistic. That has to be understood. Now, I'm not going to deny to you that you don't have segments in the Hebrew Israelite nation that might look at the literature from a surface-based understanding. I would be lying to you, Brother Cam, to say you don't have Israelites that view things like that. The community of Israelites I come out of, we're very esoteric in nature. So we understand that everything starts with the mind. So we're clear. This is why I keep telling you that we're Elohim embodied in human form. We acknowledge that the original man is God. And another thing, the Hebrew community I come out of acknowledge that Elijah Muhammad is a messenger of God. When you look at our literature, Elijah Muhammad is mentioned because there's a close-knit tie with the Nation of Islam and the Hebrew Israelites in Chicago. That's what a lot of people that are like in their own camps and communities don't know. When you type up Ben Ami and Farrakhan, you will see that they worked it very tight with each other. I'll show you some pictures of the late Dr. Khalid Muhammad chilling in Dimona in 1978.
Yeah, I mean, that's you kind of. I mean, I'm not trying to cut your wisdom, but like we're not just telling stories. I'm really trying to identify something, right? I'm trying to identify a belief system or what we can prove about, say, God. If it's God based, how are we proving who and what God is, and how are we demonstrating how this God is fulfilling what we claim is in the scriptures? Say, like I asked Brother Captain Tazariak about the Ezekiel's wheel or so-called UFOs or the chariot of God and all of that. So if we talking God and claiming that this is all God business, but we can't prove or provide how those specific concepts are fulfilled, you know, what are we talking
Right. Well, if you look carefully at Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15 to 68, you can clearly see that only happened to the so-called Negroes. When we understand the history, when Vespasian exiled the original Israelites from Jerusalem, you will see a wave of Israelites migrating into West Africa, becoming known as the Igbo, the Ashanti. Why you think when you look up right now to this day, you're seeing the rise of the Israelite culture all throughout Africa. You're seeing the resurrection of these tribes in Africa identifying themselves as Israelites. For instance, the Igbo are 30 million strong, not 30,000.
I hear you. Like, you keep going on some African, some other history lessons. I'm talking about the descendant of slaves.
That's what I'm talking about. The descendants of slaves
you're
are
saying Igbo tribes and all of this, but I'm talking about.
Yes. I'm purposely saying that because 72% of so-called African Americans are descendants of Igbos. And when you look at the so-called African Americans, we talking genetics. We talking E1, B1A, Bantu speaking Hebrew Israelite tribes that were exiled from West Africa to the Americas. And now you're seeing these Israelites
You saying exile from?
I mean, they're not exiled, excuse me. They were taken on slave ships. Okay. They were taken on slave ships. We exiled, let me make it correct, a slight correction. We were exiled from the Romans in 70 AD into West Africa, and then later on took in as slaves and brought to the United States. Some people say 1555, some say 1619. The point and the subject matter is we know for a fact that we were brought to the United States. And when you look at them slaves, you will see ex-slaves and even slaves identifying themselves as Israelites. This is why you can go get a book called Israel on the Afro-Maps that talks about the slaves of 1798 creating a community known as Israel Hill, and they identified themselves as Israelites. This is the very first Israelite community we have on record in 1798. Then you start to trickle deeper into the history, and now you see in people like Frank S. Cherry, 1886, William S. Crowley, 1896, Rabbi Arnold Josiah Ford, 1913, Rabbi Wentworth A. Matthews, 1919. You're seeing Elijah Muhammad. You see a Noble Drew Ali. You're seeing this wave of this Israelite messianic influence taking the forms of the Hebrew Israelite nation, the Black Judite movement, Rastafarianism, Nation of Islam, Noble Drew Ali, the Moorish Science Temple. This is why we're identifying Elijah Muhammad correctly, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, as a part of that messianic wave that was coming in to show that the original man, the black man in America, is in fact Elohim or Allah in the flesh.
So according to the Bible, one particular man named Moses or Musa met not a whole group or wave of people. This one man that represents this lost sheep or this lost people lost in the house of Israel that went through slavery. He met with God face to face, right? So does any of these people that you say is a wave of messiahs have stories or not proof, but sciences, any revelations any revelations that the people didn't know outside of the Bible, any information outside of other than what's in the Bible that they say they got from meeting God face to face.
Yes, William S. Crowley got something called the 7 keys. When you look at William S. Crowley, because I'm gonna break that down. When you look at William S. Crowley,
I'm writing it down. To what's his name?
Yeah, Prophet William S. Crowley.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody that know, he is the actual blueprint of Black economic excellence. He's the very first one to create
God taught him how to get money.
Well, I'm not laughing at what you said. That was just funny how you said it. What I'm saying is William S. Crowley was the very first one that we have on record that came up with something called the 7 keys. When you look at the 7 keys were identifiable factors that were outside. This. I'm only telling you the story where it's being said. That one day, like around 1892, he went into the forest or the woods, and his hair was black, and it came out white when he was done getting these revelations from the God of his understanding at the time.
No disrespect, bro. Like you keep on going on backstories. I'm trying to get straight to the revelation. Like what revelation did he get? Not where was he at in the forest and all of that. Like what?
Because I'm trying to give the audience a picture.
I don't have time for that. I've been on here 2 hours.
Okay.
I got you on because I need to get to the
That's fine. That's fine. Write it down. It's called the 7 keys. It's called the 7 keys. And the 7 keys are 7 principles of identifying who the Israelites were and who they became. And who they became is so-called Negroes. Where I'm telling you on record that these men, himself, along with Arnold Josiah Ford and Rabbi, what's his name, Wentworth Matthews, they had got revelations, or what they identify as revelations, that are outside the Bible. All you got to do is look these men up and see their teachings.
Listen. Like, you keep going on. Like I want you to tell us what they got, what information, what revelation, what was this exact revelations and the exact subject matter that they got. Not go look them up. Like,
okay, you can also not William S. Crowley. Rabbi Arnold Josiah Ford was the first one to create what was known as the Jewel of Kabbalah. That's another thing that was created or revealed to people. It's called the Jewel of Kabbalah. The Jewel of Kabbalah was something that Arnold Josiah Ford created, by the way, where he defined as macabre light. And he talks about how the original man came from astral being into physical form. And he uses the 7 days as root epics of embodiment. Prior to him, nobody was talking about this. Then I forgot, you also had a man by the name of St. John the Divine. The guy that y'all call Clarence 13X, father of law. If you go read the information of a man by St. John the Divine, you can see that a lot of the teachings are very similar. St. John the Divine was the very first one to call all his followers gods and goddesses. And they had these teachings of how they were gods. And he used certain principles in the Bible, in the Quran, and other materials and theosophic materials to bring this out. I think that's a good person to look up to.
This down. So you said 7 things, right? The first thing was
the 7 keys.
The what?
The 7 keys.
Yeah, the 7 keys. So is that 7 different things, or is that one thing?
It was one revelation, but 7 different things known as the 7 keys.
Without going into the back history story, just tell me what those 7 things are.
I don't know what the 7 keys. I'm gonna have to look it up right now. I'm in my bedroom, so I'm just coming off the dome. That's why I'm telling you to write it down.
Okay, yes.
All you got to do is type in your Wikipedia. It'll tell you about the 7 keys.
So, but if you type up, and no disrespect, like if you ask me personally, anything, if I'm really into this and I'm claiming that this is the right thing and it's God, I have that committed to memory, like that's something that important that God spoke directly to one of my ancestors or my leader group members or belief members. I'm going to commit that to memory, exactly what revelation that they got directly from God. And I specifically said face to face. I didn't say in a dream or vision. I said face to face, right? Because the Bible says face to face as a man speaketh to his friend, right?
I understand all that. What I'm telling you is William S. Crowley. If you're asking me what my master teacher said, which has been on me, yeah, I can break all that down easy.
So your master teacher is who you say is Jehovah or God?
No. Ben Ami is a man. You know who Ben Ami is. Know who Ben Ami is.
This is what I'm saying. So I'm trying to keep it in the context of the Bible. So if we're talking about Moses and Messiah and specifically him being taught face to face by God, given revelations and commandments and meeting him in a chariot on in a big wheel of fire, and you know what I'm saying? I want to hear that.
That's what I'm telling you. I'm saying to you, when you're reading these terminologies of God being met face to face, he only talking about meeting his higher self. This is nothing like mysterious. Yes, Ben Ami is the master teacher for us African Hebrew Israelites. His teacher was Eliyahu Bowie. So if you're talking about him meeting God face to face, sure, he met God face to face through Eliyahu Bowie. And then Eliyahu Bowie, he had his master teacher, which was Rabbi Wentworth and Matthews.
I respect that interpretation, right? That's all I want. That's your interpretation. That's like the NOI teachings is our interpretation. I don't believe that your particular interpretation, just like you don't believe this interpretation. I'm just trying to get it laid out. I'm trying to have you lay out, that.
What I'm saying to you is, so it'll be clear, I do believe that God came in a personage of Master Farad Muhammad to the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. That's the point. I'm saying that you got a messianic nation and then you got a messianic lineage. Remember how you said Moses came to the people, etc., etc.? That was a part of the messianic lineage. So you got the individual anointed known as the Moshiach or the Messiah, and then you got the messianic nation that these anointed ones in different dispensations of time come to. So you had your Moses, you had your Solomon, you had your Yeshuas, you had your Muhammad's, Elijah Muhammad's, Ben Amis, etc., etc. So yes, what I'm saying is, when you talking about revelations were given, yes, in 1966, the angel Gabriel, this is what we teach. The angel Gabriel came to Ben Ami and said that it was time for the Israelites to leave from the confines of America and reestablish the kingdom of Yah. 1967, Ben Ami and 400 of us left from the confines of America and moved 20 miles outside of Monrovia, Liberia. We stayed there for 2.5 years to fulfill Ezekiel, the book of Ezekiel, to get the negatives from out of us and then repatriate back to Israel. That's exactly what we did. Right. And from there we started.
I respect that. I respect that. Now I don't want to cut you off because, like I said, it's getting later, and but I'm gonna let you keep talking. But I appreciate and I really love the fact that you said we believe. That's all I'm going after. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we do. We're not arrogant enough to, say this and that. We got to say we believe, like in the back of Final Call or the Muhammad Speak, what the Muslims want and what the Muslims believe. We're not pushing it like it's absolute fact. You know what I'm saying? Especially if we can't prove certain things, right? So it's an article of belief. It's an article of faith. Certain things that we we hold on to because we feel like we researched it and okay, this part I can see documentation on, or certain sources that I can believe this. I can believe it based on certain research that I did. So that's all I'm trying to get you to say.
Absolutely, and the belief will only come from those that didn't experience the given message, meaning Ben Ami was the one that embodied the vision. So for anybody else outside of Ben Ami, it would have been considered a belief. But the belief is also reality because it was done. Verse, I believe we the Israelites, and one day we will return to the land. Verse, yes, Ben Ami received the vision from what we call the angel Gabriel, which is a metaphor, but I'm not even going to touch on that. I'm just going to talk to the common people. So yes, Ben Ami in 1966 in October received the vision from the angel Gabriel that it was time for us to leave the confines of America. That's exactly
you
what
said a vision or actual man he talked to.
Now, a vision of a black man that called himself Gabriel in a 45-second vision. This is where this is
I
this is what the
appreciate
record.
that. Now we getting
Right.
into you getting into the meat and potato. That's what I appreciate right there. Because
As a matter of fact,
our
you can type
our
it.
God, our God is we have a picture of him, and you heard Elijah Muhammad and saying it, identifying specifically who he is. You heard Alex Trebek on before he passed away on Jeopardy saying, this mysterious man who disappeared in 1940 and established a nation, so it's no mystery who our man is, right? It's not a vision, it's not a dream, it's identifiable. That's all I'm saying. So I'm not saying
But
I discount what you're saying, but I appreciate that you identifying specifically who it is and how it happened or whatever.
Right. And we also, to make it clear, so it'll be clear, we are saying that God is man, a Pacific man, meaning the so-called Negroes. So I got to make that be clear so everybody to understand. The Hebrew Israelites for years amongst many esoteric circles in the Israelite community understood that the original man is God. So if you want to say arm, leg, arm, hit, whatever one wants to say, we always had that understanding who God was. Now, the vision that the God Ben Ami received from this messenger in a 45-second vision, you should type that up in YouTube. The 45-second vision of Ben Ami.
It's
It'll
being
all come
recorded. So
up.
everything you're saying is being recorded. I'm gonna post it.
Okay.
I ain't cutting nothing out.
Oh, good. So when you see this vision that Ben Ami has, he enacts within this vision by saying, look, we got to go back to the land, because one of the questions was, if we the Israelites, why we just don't go back to our land? And this is the question that Ben Ami at a young age was asking his teachers. And some of them teachers at the time was saying we wasn't ready for that. So Ben Ami separated himself and created what was known as the Abeta Hebrew Culture Center out in Chicago. And from there, a younger group of generation, Prince Gabriel Hagedorn, Prince Rakamin, Prince Keskiyahu, and all these other different princes rose up and said, we're going to leave from the confines of America. They first went to Liberia as a preparation to go into the promised land.
Can I ask you why they call princes and not kings?
The reason why, because our king, in our understanding, that's a good question. In our understanding is Yahweh. Ben Ami now, he was considered the king. So that's another story, another topic. Ben Ami, out of all of them, even though he was the Prince of Peace, he was also known as the embodiment of Yahweh, or he embodied himself as the king. So in Hebrew culture, the king would be the creator. The embodiment of that king on earth would be whoever is the ruler at that time. That would have been Ben Ami. And with Ben Ami,
all of this was going on around what year?
This was it started, the movement itself started.
The Ben Ami stuff is going on at what year?
It started around 1958. This specific movement, see, I want to make it clear, this is not the inception or the beginning of Hebrew Israelite culture.
No, I'm just concerned about the vision when this person met with God or said he was God. What year was
it? He received the vision in 1966, but he started learning that he was a Hebrew Israelite in the 1950s. So that's make that clear. But the vision.
Yeah, so you say he received a vision in 1966 that he was Hebrew Israelite, but Hebrew Israelite teaching was already being taught in America before.
No, that's not what. Listen, in 1966 he received the vision that it was time for us to leave America. But he started to find out that he was an Israelite in the 1950s. There was a man by the name of Eliyahu Bowie. They worked at a factory together after Ben Ami came from out of the military, I believe in World War or the Korean War or something like that, or maybe World War II. When he came from out of the war, he met a man by the name of Eliyahu Bowie. This was roughly around 1955, 1966. Excuse me, 1955, 1956. And he started to learn that he was an Israelite, and he taught his best friend, who became known as Prince Gabriel Hagedorn. He's the one that wrote the book, The Impregnable People, that give you the whole breakdown of how we left the confines of America. 1966 is when Ben Ami received the vision that it was time to leave America. 1967.
And he received a vision from
a black man by the name of Gabriel.
So is this black man somebody that was already alive, or a black man he never saw before or never saw again?
He never saw him before. He only seen him in his 45-second vision.
And
he never saw him
again after that.
Never saw him again. Never saw him again.
Right. So
only that one.
The reason why I'm saying that is because, like, the Bible says that God regularly spoke with Moses, right?
I mean, yeah, that I understand that. This is what I'm saying. We can't. I see what you're doing, but you can't take somebody else's experience of God and try to align it as the same as somebody else.
I'm going with what's in the book. I'm using the book that
that wasn't the case. But Cam, that wasn't the case all the time when the prophets supposedly seen God. There were different ways that so-called God came. The reason why I keep saying so-called and things like that, because I really don't like the literalcism. A lot of this stuff is symbolic. So I'm saying.
So this is what I'm.
Yes,
this is what I'm saying. To make a long story short,
listen to what I'm saying.
Right? We long-winded, and our people already have a short attention span, and our people already don't know what the hell we talking about, and that's why the importance of simplicity. Like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad spoke basic kindergarten grade English, and with that,
and that was it.
With that, he was able to raise us to where you even talking to a fruit of his fourth grade education or his fourth grade language, right?
That's cool.
And our people are even less open to hear, scriptures and history stories, and you know what I'm saying, because we in hell right now. What you're saying is fascinating to me. I would love to have the time to look into that, but I'm on the war field. I'm on the battlefield with the Satan that enslaved us every day, and my young homies or whatever is deleting themselves right now. So all what you're saying sounds marvelous, right? But it's not going to help what's going on right here, with us in America in these streets right now.
Well, it has. We are on the streets. If you study about the African Hebrew Israelites, we have something called the Divine Universal Brotherhood. And I'm pretty sure you heard of this. In the Divine Universal Brotherhood that was started by my grandfather, late Prince Atiel, tackle and help stop gang violence all throughout Chicago. All you got to do is look this stuff up. What I'm saying to you is, when you say out of your mouth about was God with him every day, I told you earlier.
I didn't say that, brother. I didn't say was God with him every day.
I'm talking about Ben Ami. I'm saying God was with Ben Ami through his teacher, Eliyahu Bowie. Like, for instance, I have thousands of students at the Mighty Hebrew University. I'm saying they with God every day, and they see God face to face through me. And I
understand that. And that's why I respect that interpretation. That's just not our interpretation. Our interpretation and understanding is a specific individual.
I understand that.
It's called just like Melchizedek or any, Jehovah. You're talking about a specific man. You're not talking about a series of men. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're talking about a specific identifiable individual.
Right. What I understand what you're saying, and I'm saying you have a series of men that came in different dispensations of time.
But
you
I'm not
have
talking
like
about
for
different dispensations. I'm talking
I
about
know
our
what
time.
you're saying. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, bro.
So,
Well,
but do
I met many.
you
I
understand the
know, sir,
value?
personal.
Do you
Knowing
understand the
personal.
value of it don't
I
matter who
understand.
came before in slavery and all of that. It's about how do we identify who the character is today here among
I have
us.
no problem. I have no problem with that. And if you go to people in my community, they're going to identify Ben Ami as how you're identifying Master Farad Muhammad. If you go to somebody in the African Hebrew Israelites of Jerusalem, you say, who is God? They're going to tell you Ben Ami.
And
that's what they're going to
in
tell
America,
you.
right?
That's in the United States and abroad. If you go to the African,
what I'm saying, so that's what we're comparing. That's what we're comparing. You know, this all came from the body of knowledge and the body of accomplishments of reforming and redeeming the ex-Negro of slavery, right?
Yes, they by me. If you go to a member in the African Hebrew Israelites of Jerusalem, you say, who is God? They're going to say Ben Ami. Just like you remember back
Ben Ami was the one that's 1966, right?
Yes. That's the one that received the vision from the black angel Gabriel to leave.
Right,
what I'm saying, you got different segments in the Israelite movement. You might have those that follow Ben Ami. You might have those that follow Yahweh ben Yahweh. And I'm pretty sure you heard of Yahweh ben Yahweh. And they say he's God. You understand what I'm saying? I'm saying, I'm only telling you what I'm saying is that all these men were expressions of something greater for us as a collective body politic to acknowledge that we are all God. That's what I agree with. What's his name? Clarence 13X, Father of Law.
There's no chain of command.
I'm saying yes, no doubt there is a chain of command. I have no problem.
The Most High God in the chain of command among us?
I'm saying for us in the Hebrew Israelite community, the King of Israel for us would be Adonenu Rabbeinu Ben Ami ben Israel. Who you know as Ben Ami?
Is he alive?
He passed away. He passed away in 1914. Excuse me.
The living chain of command.
He passed away in 2000.
Who is the living
highest rank? The living leader for us right now on the planet would be Prince Asiel's son, Prince Yosef. Prince Yosef is the one. Say what?
No, I was saying.
I didn't hear you.
Say it again because I'm writing it down.
Oh, Prince Yosef.
Like
Y-O. Yeah. In Hebrew is Yosef. In Arabic is Yusuf.
Right.
Now, but peep the twist though. Peep the twist though, Cam. Prince Yosef's mother is Farrakhan's niece. Prince Asiel was married. One of his wives was Farrakhan's niece.
Okay.
So there's an interconnection with the NOI and the NOI, meaning the Nation of Islam and the Nation of Israel.
No, I mean, that's regardless. We're the same people regardless, but we're not talking about blood.
I'm talking about the geopolitical structure. When you study up on Tanetta Muhammad, when you study up, that's why I love that number 19 portion that they will put in the final call, because the final call will also document the travels of Tanetta Muhammad going back and forth to Dimona. Also, I would like to give a shout out while I'm here. Mar Muhammad, I'm pretty sure you heard of the TV show Muhammad Speaks. Are you familiar with that show?
No, I never heard of that show.
That's out of Chicago. They are the Nation of Islam. They are the Nation of Islam, and you will see. Oh, okay. Well, you
TV show. I don't even have a TV. I don't even watch TV.
Okay.
This is my TV right here. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. So we have a chain of command in our community. You have what is known as the Nasakim. That's the princes. Naturally, you got the Malek, which is the king. Then you got the Nasakim. That's the 12 princes. Then out of the 12 princes, you got the Sarim. That's the ministers. Then you got the brothers on the move, the sisters on the move, the youth on the move. There's a governmental theocratic structure over there in Demona. All you got to do is look it up. Everybody know what I'm saying is true. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of people all over the world go visit our community. All over the world. This is not like a small thing. This is an international thing. Celebrities, all kinds. Even Captain Cesario, I've been to Demona before. So, you know, Nation of Islam leaders, Black political figures, every Black movement you can think of, been to Demona and visit our community. We make our own clothes. We have our own factories. We have our
I'm not. That's a beautiful thing, and I want to visit. Also, yeah. I already. Like I said, I've been doing comparative research on so-called Jewish people and the millions of people, 10 million, 15 million population of Ashkenazi, Khazar, you know, white Jewish people, compared with only 3,000, you know, original, you know, Black people that trace their real Hebrew lineage. You know what I'm saying? So that's already that's in Demona. Yeah, that's already an apartheid relationship. That's already an apartheid type relationship.
Right, but I want to make it clear. It's more than 3,000. They're only centralizing just the most.
Listen, brother. Okay. Even if it's 10,000, that's nothing compared to 15 million, 10 or 15 million of those other people, right?
Everything is a progress.
No, and we got to understand. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, as far as the God dynamic, how you know, just the fact that y'all are there. I don't know if it's conflict, you know, or racism or oppression or.
Yeah, it's definitely conflict. If you type, a matter of fact, write this down. Write down the day of showing the day of showing strength, Ben Ahmed, and you'll see that the Israeli government. We had much conflict with the Israeli government back in the 80s and 70s. Us being there, and they had dogs coming down there, and we was literally physically fighting the Israeli government. So there was a lot of things that were going on, and I'm glad that you got me on this show, because once again, you know, I love coming on these shows because many people only have a lens of the Israelites on the street corners. They don't have this international understanding of the Israelite community and the impact that we have on a global level. They don't know about this. They only know about what they see on the street corner, and that's how they identify Israelites. Like, for instance, when I talked to you, me and you had a discussion the other day. Most people never even heard of the teachings that I'm even talking about within the Israelite culture. They only know the surface material. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I am saying specifically and clearly that I'm God, and that you are God, and that there is no mystery in the sky. And the only way prophecy is going to be fulfilled is that we make it become fulfilled through action and attitude and pure motivation. Other than that, nothing is going to happen. The things are going to continue to go on in the streets until we come into the God sense and say enough is enough, and totally separate ourselves from the Euro-Gentile RH rhesus monkey DNA hybrid devil. And until we do that, then we will always be talking the same rhetoric. This is why I developed Hebrew Israelite Soviet nationalism, Hebrew cosmogenesis, and Hebrew anthropogenesis to challenge the social norms within the Israelite community, because many of us have become religious versus nationalists. So it's very important to understand, when you come into the depths of nationalism, then in turn it will born a civilization. And that's what you see us doing in Demona, Israel, and all throughout Africa right now. That was the prophecy. After the 400 years, we will return to the land and build the kingdom of Yahweh, or the kingdom of God, or the kingdom of Allah. Whatever name you want, we say Yahweh. So that's all basically I want to say. please have me come on the show, brother, and do a PowerPoint presentation so you can see the sciences of Hebrew thought within our paradigm.
Well, with God willing, we definitely gonna get that in. And like I said, you VIP with me is just, you got a lot of information, you got a lot of knowledge, you got a lot to say, and I don't have a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't want to ever disrespect you and be cutting you off and that, but I know how my people think. So your mind has already been exposed and expanded from traveling and all of that. Our people don't we're not that tolerant. We don't have that much patience. You know what I'm saying? So I already feel the fidgeting. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't be trying to be disrespectful, but I be trying to have people get right to the point, because that's what I had to learn for 30 years, that our people's attention span is so short that's what rap is about. I got to come with a punchline and hit you with something potent within 3 minutes. Not an hour. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, you gotta go cop couple of my albums. My first album is known as Mine. Mental is never
get that. I definitely, some people was telling me, like, you know what I'm saying, no, that's bro, like, you know what I'm saying, he do his thing, talking about on the mic. I was like, okay, for sure. I definitely got to check.
The mic is fire, Cam. The mic is fire.
Yeah.
The mic is fire. I'm telling you. So my first album is Mine. Mental is Never Destroyed. That came out 2021. The second album is Journey to the Dark Side of the Moon. That came out 2023. The new album, War Cloud, that came out 2024. And now I'm working on my fourth album, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Wow. So that'll be out in 2025. Killer Priest from Wu-Tang Clan Sons of Man brought me out. Him, Hellraiser, and Detroit's DJ. Y'all might have heard of him, DJ Los. He did a lot of stuff with Royce the 5'9", Raz Kaz, different cats like that. So them three brought me out.
Yeah, well, shit, we definitely check it for you, and like I said, we'll set it up, God willing, very soon. You know what I'm saying? For me and you, just to get on and just strictly talk about, your knowledge and your experience and the PowerPoint and all of that.
Absolutely, and I love the way you came at me. Well, not in a bad way, but I love the way you came at me tonight. That right there, that's what I like. That's that real ciphering. Remember back in the day, because today it's like source up or shut up. Like you gotta have the source right there. Whereas though the arrow came out, and everything had to come off the dome. And that's what I miss them days.
Absolutely, but you got it now. Your sword is sharp. Don't get it twisted. I just know that when you speaking in tongues, what you are doing, a lot of us don't have the time or the patience to even hear you try to translate it. You know what I'm saying? Even your translation is still on a higher level that we still don't understand. You know what I'm saying? So I already know how my people think, because I'm down here with them. You're not. You're somewhere else where the consciousness is freer. You know what I'm saying? It's more consciousness. I'm here where the atmosphere and the 5G radiation towers and all that got us on zombie flatline mode. So I already know what we not finna listen to.
Absolutely. It was definitely an honor once again to be on here. I already put some stuff in your inbox. As a matter of fact, I wanted to surprise you, but if you look in your inbox, I sent a picture to you of the late Dr. Khaled Muhammad with the late Ben Hamid, the late Prince Asiel, and the living sister Malakia, Imam Malakia. It's in your inbox on Facebook. It's a very rare picture, and I got it and I sent it to you.
Man, much love. I appreciate it. I love you, bro. And like I said, God willing, we're gonna set it up where you can do your full thing.
Absolutely. Shalom, peace to the God.
Shalom, peace. Peace and blessings to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Peace to the bro. Like, anybody with that much experience and knowledge and wisdom and passion and spirit, for truth and for educating and enlightening our people. Like I no matter what I have to do, I can't cut his wisdom. I gotta let him, flow it, because I don't want to be chastised by the God, So, but at the same time, it's something that I have to be prepared for. I gotta be prepared for that, and I gotta make sure y'all know that that's what's coming and whatnot. because there's a lot of people that be waiting to talk. You know what I'm saying? They hop on here, they hop on and they get off, and they hop on and get off. You know, so I don't want y'all to feel disrespected or like I was ignoring y'all or whatever. But I don't want to rush them off. You know what I'm saying? So that's the tricky little situation I be putting in. I get put in if I'm trying to be a host or this is my channel or page or post or whatever. So if it's anything that you wanted to ask me, you know what I'm saying, I'll stay on here for a few more minutes because I didn't plan on going past even an hour. But, time flies. We keeping each other company and the spirit hit us. And next thing you know, it's 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? So we just keeping each other company. And I'm not mad at all. If y'all cool, I'm cool. But yeah, if y'all got something y'all want to speak or ask or whatever, or I forgot I was challenging a few people earlier. I'm sure they not here and they, so, but yeah, I be soaking up information and I take real good notes. You know what I'm saying? I take real good notes and that give me something to do. I follow up, because I ain't gonna listen to this whole 3 hour thing or 2.5 hour thing, but that's why I take notes right on the spot. So while y'all or somebody who never saw this would be watching this live and, it's interesting content, I'm busy over here actually researching these names and these dates and, that my brother gave me right there on the spot. So that's what I do. I don't have a lot of time to listen to stuff or even read no books. I'm just reading. I'm looking for the specific thing, the specific punchline that we talk about. So once you get my age, you know what I'm saying, you don't have a whole lot of time to do that. I gotta get right to it, if that makes sense. Dion say the kingdom of heaven is about Islam. The movie Kingdom of Heaven. I ain't even up on that. Any questions, any disagreements, any comments, anything y'all want to add to that or ask about that? Anthony Davis, thank you, brother, for acknowledging Clarence 13X. He don't like that. I'm not sure what that means. Good movie. Oh, okay. Man, it was so much that I wanted to say, but I got short-term memory, on purpose because I had to develop it. I used to remember too much and my memory would drive me crazy. You know what I'm saying? I had to teach myself how to forget stuff. So now I practice it in general and now it turned into, I know I pray and hope, but I'm pretty sure it's not Alzheimer's, but stuff I have to let go, like, because I used to value and take my people's thoughts and ideas and feelings so personal and so serious that I was destroying myself. I was taking my people's ideas and thoughts and paying them attention and consideration. I was taking it more serious than they was taking. And then they'll just be careless and loose and show me that it didn't really mean that much to them. And I'm sitting there killing myself trying to be perfect and precise and exact and considerate, you know what I'm saying, and respectful. And they wouldn't. So I had to learn, like, man, you ain't got to remember that. Don't even remember that. Like I only try to remember keeping my word to somebody. But as far as details and all that, like I used to be so a perfectionist at that, I was killing myself. I was killing myself to respect and honor my people and their words and their ideas and their time and they, like they was God, you know what I'm saying? Because I saw that, that God is in them and my people are God. So, but then I saw that they didn't really care. Like they just wanted attention or they just, whatever, so I had to learn to forget stuff. So now I've been practicing forgetting stuff so much, especially being disappointed or lied to or played a certain kind of way that if I see a nigga the next time, I don't want to remember. I don't want to remember how you played me or what you tried to do. I want to forget it. So every time I see you, I feel fresh, like you didn't never do me no wrong, and I can treat you like a god or a friend or whatever. But if I remember stuff too much, it's not going to be healthy for me, right? Or you or whoever, but you said it's the Scorpio. Yeah, I'm a Scorpio too, for whatever that's worth, but I don't believe in that. I just believe that, my life experience and, trauma and my pains and suffering, this is the KAM-PAIN trail. So if you're still alive and you sane and you suffered a whole lot of pain and trauma, then you're probably going to adopt the same formulas as I adopted, and I'm probably adopting the same formulas or methods of survival, mental sanity survival as people before me. So I'm not saying I invented none of this. I just stumbled across these methods and it works for me. You know what I'm saying? And so, but I'm saying all that to say that I won't remember a lot of stuff on purpose, bro. This is such and such. Remember me? I don't, no disrespect, but nah. Even if I did remember you, I probably tried to forget. So the next time I see you, it'll be fresh. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you never did me wrong. Okay, here got a link. StreamYard link, my bad. Yeah, that's one of the reasons exactly, Black Attack, why I named my album Camnesia. Absolutely, that's absolutely the reason. Because I had to train myself to forget. And that's part of forgiving. You know what I'm saying? They say forgive and forget. Well, I just got to forget because I'm not going to forgive you if I remember it. That's it. my Muslim name is Mueed Muntakim. So anybody that know what Muntakim mean, Henry Cedillo, salute. Enjoy your weekend, man. Thank you, man. Thank you for keeping us company, for real. Have linked to 7. Ahmad Jabril, walaikum salam, soldier. Yeah. So I sent the link, outward, inward. So I'm just waiting on you because I'm going to get off of here after that. You see my eyes, boy, Mr. Sandman. See my eyes. Mr. Sandman get to pulling on them. But I hope I made myself, kind of like, understandable enough about my principle of life is practical application. It's about how, whatever we know, how do we apply it right now, right here, right now, to our condition. Right here, right now, to our condition. Right. Say Wi-Fi is slow. Okay, no problem. What was your thoughts on Candace Owens, though? Yeah, I talked about that when I first got on here. She tore up, she ate up the little Satan, the little weird looking Satan dude. That Pierce, thank you, Elmatic, I see you. Thank you, Lamont. I got that cash app. Thank you, man, for your support. I think are you on here? Did I give you a wrench? Are you on the live? I seen you earlier because I was trying to make sure you was a moderator. I will scroll. Oh, there you go. So yeah, hold on real quick. Don't go nowhere. You go up here. Yeah, I was looking for you to make you a moderator so y'all can regulate on some of these people anytime I come on here. Give me 1 second. I'm scrolling on this other page. Let me find you. There you go. I think you are. No, you gotta add as a moderator. Yep, there you go. You got the juice now, Bishop. Yep. So you a moderator. You got the wrench now, Elmatic. Yeah. No, I appreciate you even more, man, because you help me keep doing this. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, I'll be running late and I gotta order a pizza or something or do some whatever, run to the store, and I be needing them tools and fuse, you know what I'm saying, and to make my little daughters happy. Like, you was on and live on that. We were supposed to watch a movie. And he was like, man, well, Uncle Lamont sent you $30 or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. That's how I gotta work this thing, man. That's how I gotta work it. You know what I mean? Because y'all are important to me, but I'm important to my children, and you know, I gotta give them some kind of gift or some kind of reward or something for ignoring them and shit all night. So I appreciate you, man. Appreciate all y'all. Yeah. So and it ain't about that. I'm just saying for those that, you know, God put it on your heart, or if you got it or whatever, man, I appreciate you for it. Or even if you just wish you had it, you know what I'm saying? Just the fact that we keep each other company, that already let me know that, you know, that we value each other. So I don't want to waste your time on that. Rabbi Shmuley, yeah, that's his name. Rabbi Shmuley can't be within 100 feet of my man. Dude look like a straight textbook photo of Satan. All them little stereotypical little, you know, greedy little satanic. He looked like a cartoon character. I'm like, damn, dude, y'all really talk and look like that? Like, wow. Man, Weasel. Oh, that's my G. Weasel, where you at, bro? I've been seeing you constantly winning these. I think that's Weasel. Is that my bro Weasel? My dirty OG, bro. If not, forgive me if it's not you. I'm about to run, you know. But yeah, man. Invent one. Am I understanding correct? Seems NOI study and know every religion that exists. It seems you know every religion interpretation. That's what it seems to separate you guys from others. Well, we're supposed to study it. We don't know it. All of us ain't studying like we're supposed to be, but yes, we're supposed to study it all. We're supposed to be able to speak everybody's language, religious, you know, spiritual language, not speak they literal like Hebrew, Arabic, and all of that. No, we can't do that. What we supposed to learn the concepts and the belief systems of every one of our people that our people is lost in or practicing or believing in. That's like Joseph would say, you know, he had a coat of many colors, meaning he can speak any of the people's language. He speak in tongues. Tongues don't mean no, you know, shamalama lama, like, you know, that's all false. Tongues mean exactly what Brother Mighty Hebrew was just saying. You know how to speak the language of the person that you're talking to. You might not be from that area or from that language, but you know how to speak that language fluently. That's all speaking in tongues mean. And if you're doing it around other people or a crowd, then you're supposed to interpret it. If you're ever watching boxing or something like that, and, you know, after the fight, you know, you in America, but somebody speaking Russian or something like that, you don't just let him speak Russian. You don't give him the mic and be like, like, nah, you're going to have an interpreter there and say, yeah, he says that, you know, I beat it out of him and he wasn't no contest. That's what we supposed to do. It's not good to speak in tongues or your own tongue of some understanding grade level that you understand, but then you're not breaking it down for the people and putting it in their language. That's insulting. That's offensive, and that's, you know, abuse of God's gifts and authority. So we don't supposed to just speak so we can sound intelligent and mystic and all that. No, the whole purpose of knowing mysticism and all that is so you can break it all the way down into your baby daughter's language and she can understand it. So I think Einstein or somebody said, if you can't explain it simply and clearly, then you don't understand it yourself well enough. So that's what proves that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad was the master under his master teacher, because he broke down these divine, eternal secrets of God and creation and life and death and prophecy, and put them in 4th grade ninja language, and raised the whole nation up, willing to put our life on the line at any moment for this. So that's how we prove the quality of the message and the messenger and the teacher, whoever taught him that message. So you can tell a tree by the fruit it bears. You can tell the quality of a man or a message by its works, by its product. And we are the product, steady calling for fades and curses and challenges and all kind of stuff. Not disrespectfully, not cussing you out or calling you derogatory names, doing it in good spirit, good faith, pleasant, just calling it out. Call them out, showdown with love and respect. It's just like if you have to sacrifice an animal, but if you have to eat, if you eat meat, if you slaughter an animal the kosher way or the halal way, you're not mean to that animal. You've been raising that animal, making sure that animal stayed healthy and all of that. But unfortunately, the day of the feast has come, or and we're gonna have to eat you. But you lived a good life. You was healthy your whole life. So guess what? I got this blessed blade, and I'm saying a prayer with you. You don't know this is your last prayer. You think still this is my loving master that been feeding me this. I'm grass fed, organic. I ain't got no antibiotics in me, But the master or the person, that knows he has to do some slaughtering, he's not mad at the lamb. As a matter of fact, I feel sorry that I'm gonna have to do this to you. So I'm gonna do it quick. And I'm going to hang you upside down. And you're not even going to know that you just got deleted. That's how we supposed to be with debates or verbal fades or challenges or divine showdowns. I don't need to be upset with you. I don't need to, cuss you out and run your punk ass over like Boys in the Hood or something like that. No, like if my duty is to have to do that, then I'm going to try to make it the most pleasant experience possible, quick and painless and pleasant or whatever. I'm not a Satan. I don't want to torture you. I just want to remove you. I'll hurry up and get it over with quick. You know what I'm saying? But those is concepts that we're not really familiar with. So most of us, I'm not interested in being upset. I'm not interested in being in my feelings. That's why anybody tell me, well, God is jealous and angry. And okay, well, it don't sound like he's the type of God that you claim he is. Sound like he's one of us. If he getting angry and revengeful and wrathful, it sound like he one of us. See what I'm saying? Because if he's something else, he wouldn't care that much. He wouldn't be talking about I'm grieved at my heart and I'm wrathful and I'm jealous. Saying that don't sound like no other kind of God to me. But yeah, on that note, man, I guess that's it for the campaign trail for the evening. If it's nothing else, I done did 3 hours and it's my pleasure. It's always my pleasure. So it's not work or a chore. It's just I don't want to bore you. I don't got nothing else to say if y'all don't got nothing else to say. If y'all don't have nothing else to say or no questions for me, then I'm wasting your time. I mean, sometimes you just want company and just like, man, you ain't got to say nothing. Just stay on the live and shit until I fall asleep. And I'll do that too. That's what DJ academics and a lot of these gamers and all of that, that's all they do. So I understand the value of that, but I got a family. You know what I'm saying? I got a wife and children, so I can't do that. I gotta give as much as I can here and then transition and give the rest, to my family. So if y'all don't mind, man, like Elmatic say, hit the like button, please, and like, whatever, all that old YouTube rhetoric. Subscribe, share, and God willing, we'll be back at it tomorrow, Campaign Trail Friday. And if it's any, subjects that you want me to talk about, feel free, man. There ain't nothing off limits except, intimate bedroom activity and stuff like that. Or I ain't talking no politics. I ain't doing politics and I ain't doing bloodshed, warfare subjects. But I appreciate y'all. Much love, much respect. This is the KAM-PAIN Trail, and speaking into our pain and looking for solutions to our problems and finding them. And on that note, until tomorrow, God willing, I'm out. Peace and love.